Hello and welcome. No, we did not forget about you. Don't worry. It's been one of those weird weeks. So, welcome among us. It's a pleasure to have you. And this is Drakenmemoria. Yay! If you're wondering what this is, well, it's Dungeons & Dragons. Or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons & Dragons. Possibly a group of people trying to play Dungeons & Dragons because we had problem with the bandwidth ever since we started tonight. So, we'll see.
Has that not just been me?
Well, no.
Has that been everybody, or has it just been me?
Well, I had you sound a little bit robotic from time to time. Jorg froze 5 times while we were waiting.
Just now?
No, now that I've closed the music, well, now Fisher looks frozen. So.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, no, that's wonderful. Everyone loves bandwidth. Everyone loves Skype. What do you mean we're not using it because it's the best?
Skype.
All right, so like I was saying, if you want to watch us playing Dungeons & Dragons, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. If you don't, well, usually if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, there are suggestions either to the right or the left. Pick one. And we hope you'll have a pleasant evening. Well, not all of us will hope that, but some of us will. Anything else? I don't know if Valen V is here already, but I saw that she resubscribed during the weekend. Thank you. And if she's not there, Tobiyashi, tell her thank you for us.
Will do.
Publicity thing, well, if you enjoyed the thunderstorm while you were waiting, Ambient Mixer. It's a place where you can make your own ambiance, and it's royalty free so long as you only use them as ambiance. You only have to pay when you download them. So, for Battle Map, which we might have today, Dungeon Alchemist, and for World Map, WonderDraft. And that's it. That's all the publicity. I don't know. I could always thank the handful of hey. What do you mean?
Guys, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. You're scared. I know what you're talking about.
All right. No, you're just playing your life. It's okay. You don't need to be scared. So, what was I saying? I forgot.
Ambient Mixer.
Oh yeah, no, I've already said all of this.
Oh.
No, all right.
I think we're good.
We're done. I said everything. I think. If not, well, I'll think of something else at one point.
Press? Well, you're kind of in the wrong place.
So, yeah. All right. I've got nothing else to say. No surprise sponsor tonight. No one went to a big company and got us a sponsorship to anyone.
Nope.
No unwitting
myself.
sponsor also. No one's eating anything right now. Damn.
No.
You're not helping me.
Sponsored by heart failure.
You
Take
wanna-
action.
And ate my own food today, which is wild.
Whoa.
You're not helping
Sponsored
me.
by Andre's Cooking.
You need to help the
Right.
channel. Come on.
Sponsored by Working on the Corner.
Yes.
Be careful out there.
Yes.
Sorry, doing a scenery.
Yes, of course. There's always very interesting people standing on the corner. Why are we going there so early in the stream? All right, so introduction. Yes, what happened last
Morning.
episode? All right, so last episode, the party hurried out to bed to catch up with the. Sorry, let's put punctuation in the right place. That always helps. The party hurried out of bed to catch up with the less than noble resistance group they had identified as potentially having killed their guide, Civ. They managed to intercept them as they were about to enforce retribution for having been slighted by a merchant, as all good rogue like to do for very small reasons. After let's just call it a very humiliating defeat for those poor bastards, our heroes followed the rogue back to their camp in order to know the fate of their friend. What they found, however, was closer to horror. Instead of a camp filled with rogues and thugs, they found the remains of a camp where all occupants had been butchered in the most gruesome way imaginable. Some of them even looking like ground meat. They were at least able to learn their friend had survived, although his state of mind may be in question. Now, with this troubling information and unforgettable imagery, especially for Remy, our party decided to go back to their plan to steal a train and get to the next island, hopefully to meet up with their friend, but if not, well, at least their friend knows where they're supposed to be eventually. So, if he's not completely crazy, he can rejoin with them. And hopefully not try to kill them all. And this is where we left off last episode, as the party was arriving in town.
Just to let you know, I'm not scared of the spider. I'm scared of Civ.
I think most people are scared of Civ.
I'm a little scared of the spider. I don't know.
Yeah, but
We're
I think you're
spider
more scared of Civ.
exterminators, man. We have exterminated so many spiders in our lifetime.
Alright, so you just arrived back in town, and this station that once was probably a hub of activity, but now is slowly dying off. And although the number of inhabitants fits the description of a town, you can easily see this slowly dying off toward only being a village with a lot of miserable people. But this does seem to fit the general mood of these island chain. So, as you come back inside the station, the question is, how are you going to tackle this task? You still have maybe 2 or 3 hours before the last few rays of sun, or what manages to pierce through the fog, are completely gone. So you know that it's going to take several hours in a train to get to the other side, possibly an entire night. That's how it was the last time you crossed islands. So now you have to decide. The exterminator are all officially going to be there sometime during the next day, although you do not know at what hour exactly.
Yeah, I think we were just trying to go, like, now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that
Soon as-
case, we all are very eager. By that I mean everyone watching, which I'm not sure how many people that is, to know, are you going to dress up for the occasion, or are you just going in there as if you owned everything and hopefully not get attacked?
I think we go dressed up.
I thought Fisher just said it was bad to get dressed up because then one looked like a
Well,
kill.
dressed up in what is the...
Yeah, I'm just asking because
Well,
it's
like
important
Remy
that everyone
said-
knows exactly what's happening. So, are you going in
Like
your
Remy
adventure
said,
clothes
we have a
self?
reputation here. As
Did the train things have any emblems on the uniforms? like the worker, like an emblem of the uniform?
You think. You didn't ask to be sure, but there is some sort of gear that's stamped on it that looks a little bit like the background of the emblem on Fisher. The exception that Fisher has tools in front
Why
of the
don't
gear.
we just take off the emblem and put it on our cloaks?
I mean, yeah. Did the note say that they like hired people to come deal with it?
They said
or
that a group of
They're
people,
sending
a
them.
group of the exterminator would be sent. They did not say
Okay.
how many people. They did not say what they were going to look like.
Which again, I think is better for us because less detail,
Yeah.
the more they think it's us.
Then I mean, yeah, we could take the patches off and put them on our cloaks.
I would just take the patches off and put it on our cloaks just so we have some kind of symbolism that like we're with the train yard.
But then other than that, just kind of go in our adventuring gear.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you could always ask.
Who the
Ask.
Who are we asking?
I mean, you guys might not like it, but could always indirectly ask the Kenku who gave us the outfits. He's like, can these be more broadly applied?
Well, you do have a way to
Well, he
communicate.
Well,
didn't give
you're
them
part
to
of this.
us.
You could
He
speak-
said
you could
you could
speak
go
up
to the
the
surplus store
conversation.
over here and buy them,
Well,
which
If you
we
want to-
did.
he went with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he-
They're with us.
For us.
Well, it was
you
still
wanna-
like we went to a surplus.
Might as well ask them first and see what we're gonna do.
At
I
least
mean, we have to
Yeah.
leave before
Ask-
dark, though. We only have a couple hours. I don't know. I would like to leave before dark because if we are going to fight a spider, I would like to not necessarily fight it at dark.
Yeah.
Theoretically, we could have been asking on the way back.
I would allow
Yeah,
it.
because we still have to ride back. We still have to ride back to town.
I would allow
Oh.
it to. I would allow you to
But, like,
have done
ask-
this while you were coming back. Yeah.
Okay. Audience, you want to call Shay and the orb?
Sure.
With the
I'll
memory
call.
of him defiling books coming back to his mind.
Yeah, I'll call.
All right, so the person you're calling would be Sachet, who has a direct connection to him.
Yeah. I'll call Sachet.
So you wait a moment, and 5 or 6 seconds later, you see Sachet's face appearing. And, audience, I was not expecting a call today. Is there anything wrong?
No, we just had a question for our Kenku friend about the outfits we received and whether they could be applied in like a broader term to like, I mean, maybe you even have some information on this, but like we're trying to basically disguise ourselves as a kill squad sent to fight apparently a cocoon on the trainway to the next island. And we're wondering if the uniforms would be either helpful or a hindrance in that disguised, undertaking.
So for you, Remy, you'd know that the spider that the audience is referring to is called an aether. An aether. A-N-A ... on the A, T-H-E-R.
I mean, if you want to pipe up and say that so she knows what we're talking about instead of just cocoon.
But since you read it using the audible orb, you're gonna say it in the voice of someone Tobiyashi doesn't like.
Yeah, so suddenly, Sashay will hear in the background a very elegant sounding woman's voice. And an aether.
Oh goodness. Do you have a new friend, or was that Remy?
That was Remy.
Oh.
That's I guess the spider, or the thing we're fighting, is an aether. If you know about that.
Well, that's well, if Remy was able to say it, I'm imagining that he has a little bit of information also on it. I don't recall everything by heart, but yes, we sometimes see them. They usually just hunt the undead. They were made quite a while ago. But well, most people just stay clear. They don't hunt. So since you are all living, they won't try and hunt you unless, well, I guess I would imagine that would be the problem, because you said you were going after their cocoons. So that they would probably attack you. Usually only one, but you never know. If the nest hatched, there might be several.
Well, we don't have to go after their cocoons. We might just have to pass through their cocoons if they're on the train tracks.
Oh well, then in that case you won't have any problem. Although, if you do have to fight them, I'm not sure how much Remy has read, and I prepared it just in case Remy would want to play tape recorder with all of you. Which I would imagine Remy would probably tell you all of this at one point in the train. The one thing that they are all very known for is an ability to pull out threads of other possibilities of them. Depending on their age, they simply pull out other versions of them, and they can just shift between them. So they're all there. It's not an illusion. So
kind of similar to the woman we fought on the path.
No, because they were illusion. This one is all real. The problem is it can shift between them. It can choose very often which one of them is the possibility that they will take. So spread out your damage.
Okay, so we have to kill all of them if... Okay, I see. Instead of having to just kill, like, the main one and then the others disappear.
That's the problem. There isn't a main one. They're all it. So depending on the age, there can be as many as few as one other, and as many as 6. And don't fall unconscious. They have a tendency to poison those who are unconscious and drag them into a shaded corner where they can wait until they properly die, and then they eat them. It's a very powerful poison, so you'll be out for a long while. Well, that's about it. Remy can probably try and give a few more details if he has more, but it's most of what she said is the bulk of the information you have. There are a few details, but not exactly battle detail. Although you can probably think of one or two things that she hasn't mentioned. So that's about it. For the uniform, yes, the uniform. Well, give me a moment. I'll reach out. So how do I formulate this so Renam doesn't give me something really weird? Hold on. I'll call back. And you see her image disappear.
Okay.
Takes maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
she just like put a cloth over the floor and then
So you hear her speaking in the background. Just rested it on the table, turned it around, thinking that the camera was facing the other way, but actually, since it's a 360-degree camera, you can still see her.
the waist and like audience sees something that he
Well, it's on the table, so I guess audience could probably pay more attention to specific parts of her anatomy, but for everyone else, they're just silently waiting for. So you hear, okay, so Ranam, our friends are hoping to have a little bit more information about the uniform that you bought with them. They want to know if it's possible to just take the emblem sewn on it and use that as a calling card. No, I'm not going to say this to audience. Right. Okay.
like audience. He wants you to know that you're a blank and blank that really needs to your blank and shove it right up your blank.
Right. Okay. Oh. No shouting. It just all.
Blank by a blank.
Don't shout. Don't shout. It just makes a whole smudge on the pages. Don't. All right. So, what he's saying that is relevant to this situation is, yes, you can probably just take out the emblems. You'd have to make it convincing, because if it looks like it was just patched on there, they're probably going to feel it's a bit suspicious, because you'd probably have been sent by the Spire itself. Although it's probably not going to be a problem if you look a little dirty or worn out, because you might have had to take care of something else before. So that part is okay.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate. Tell him I appreciate the information.
I will. Anything else you'd like to ask?
Grievers.
Oh, well, we're here. We might as well.
Yeah, how do they work?
We've got one on our tail.
Yeah, we have one following us.
Oh.
We have a griever that's been following us. We were wondering if you know how to, like, we figured out that they can basically continue to constantly reconstruct themselves. Like,
Yes.
Do you know of how to stop them doing that?
Well, the only thing I know about them is the only way to destroy them is to take out the physical element of them. So short of disintegration, I'm not really sure how many other methods there are. For anyone who has tried acid before, let's just be warned, you do need extremely powerful acid, as their alloy is strongly resistant to acid.
We heard Civ yell Griever's Bane when he was fighting one once, but we never got to ask him what he was using. Do you know something that like affects, or is there something the library would down now?
If there is an actual weakness like this, no, I'm pretty sure that this would have been edited out. The Griever is probably one of the scariest thing that you can find out there that has been produced on a large scale. So no, they keep everything they can very closely guarded.
Fair enough. One other question I would have is, how much information does your library have on the chrysalises that like what like Civ has, and like the different effects they have, and how like and kind of what they are? Like what like how much information does the library have on that?
I'd have to check. I never did a thorough investigation of this. I can always ask Ranam if he has ever searched the subject, but that would take a few moments. From what I know, at least, they have all been made using crystals, which have been extracted from under the tower. Many say that this is the reason why the spire was made in this position. There is a large mine of crystals. Some say that it was even tainted by the remains of an incredibly old dragon. That's the only thing rumor will give. I can do more research if you want.
That would be appreciated. If you can just find anything on the subject around them, anything would be helpful. You can also, if you ask Radam, we'll be, I wouldn't say call us for a couple hours because we're going to be, but in a couple hours, we should be on a train, and then we can talk about it, but yeah.
All right. So how long are you all going to be in the island chains, you think?
Like overall?
Well, yes.
I don't know. What do we think? Like 2 more weeks max? Right? That was kind of.
We actually got an express flight tomorrow. We should be getting out of here soon.
I would say definitely not more than 2 weeks unless things go really wrong.
All right.
Is there
at least
another timeline that?
No, I just wanted to know how long I had to come up with a solution to so that audience doesn't need to check his back for the remainder of his life.
Oh.
No. I think there's someone out for you, audience. It's her dad. Her dad is going to kill you.
Wait, is there someone out? Really, I'm confused. What do you mean by that?
Well, I believe the exact quote was, how did he put this? I'm going to make sure you fear every shadows that ever comes across you, and you will need to find a way to see behind your back. Well, that's mostly what he said.
Is this just a random dude who showed up?
No. Something about defiling a book.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not that worried about that.
I'll do my best to smooth things out. You say you have 2 weeks here?
Yeah.
I'll do my best to do this before he comes back to the library, where he's gonna have means to carry this out.
Later, like audience is just walking in the middle of the forest, just like, hey, audience, can you make a dexterity save?
Nah, it's fine.
And it's like, ooh, Okay, why not just cast disintegrate?
I'm not gonna say this, but if he comes after me, just know I could burn that entire library to the ground with him in it. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not sure you want me to say this to him.
Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, thanks for.
All right. Well, 2 weeks to figure this out. All right. Stay well.
I was worried she had like met like the dude from the hunter cult, but no, that's fine. I don't care about that guy.
Stay safe. Try and survive. Don't provoke the judge, please. And well,
Yeah, you know me.
Plenty
I'm
of
the
luck.
non-provoking type. I'll give her a wink.
yes.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, the fact that I literally just provoked the wizard, and then she told me not to provoke people.
I think they're all talking about the winking part.
All right. I'll start on the research immediately. I'll just to make sure that it's I'm not disturbing anything. I'll use my book to contact Tobiyashi when I have something, and
Okay.
if everything is safe, you can just call me back after.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye. Oh dear.
Love you. Bye.
Yeah, just like at the very end, just like as he's about to like hang up, just like oh dear.
Love you. Bye. No. All right.
Yeah, I love you. What was that? Bye. Bye. No, nothing.
Okay.
I told him a fraction of what Runham said, roughly translated.
Yeah.
I'm
All
not
right.
more specific.
So I'll be like, so the important information, I assume you guys all heard, but we just need to figure out how to take the emblems and make sure they actually look like part of the cloaks, not just like that we like did a rush job sewing them on. Luckily, we know, assume
Toby?
this. Well, yeah, Toby,
good with
or we
that,
could
I
so-
can do it.
shop if
Yeah.
he's not comfortable. But
I mean, I could try it, and if it's not good enough, we could go to somebody better.
well, I was like, we do know people that would probably do it for us. That literally their job is to work with clothes.
Yeah, we could go to them.
That would take time. I guess not any
Not
slower
really.
than
Not
Toby
really.
doing it, I guess.
Yeah, they could probably do it faster if we paid them than actually Toby could because they're professionals.
Yeah,
All right.
No offense, Toby.
it's fine. It's fine. I haven't made anything good in a while.
Toby, you really need to.
I was thinking about cutting this cloak up, though, that Fisher gave me. And it's kind of... I'm thinking of a design, you know?
Okay, well, before you
We'll see.
cut it up, why don't you leave it as a cloak? So you
Oh,
can
yeah.
have
No,
your
no. I
appearance.
won't be doing that until, like, after. Like,
Oh, okay.
when I have time.
All right. Are we gonna go to the seamstress, or is Toby gonna do this?
Let's go to the seamstress.
Okay, so, or the dad, and then there's
I mean, that would. I don't think it would be a problem, but that would be actively letting them in on
Mhm.
they seemed
what
like
we're trying to do.
they seemed pretty chill, and we're not asking them to do anything but take emblems and sew into a cloak. I think they'll be. I mean, we can ask. They already know we're not who we are, who they say they are. If they wanted to report us, they could have.
Technically, they did me above table, but
Like,
Anyways, let's go.
like
I haven't
they,
met them before, so I don't know what kind of people they are.
they're cool. They have a lot of the dudes on command that I'm blanking on the
Naftans.
something.
Naphtha.
Naftan. Thank you. They got a bunch of
Like
Naftan on.
Moth people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tobiyashi,
The
you know
mob
them as
people.
usually being very honorable and
That helps make me trust them, actually.
Yeah, we got this. Let's go.
all right. So you ride in town and you go directly for them, hoping to catch them before they close shop. And
That's really confused because we didn't leave with horses, but we came back with somebody else's horses.
We got horses now. Don't worry about it.
it happens.
And a cool ass chain sword.
Sorry, I forgot to make it in the ND Beyond.
That's fine. That's fine.
How's,
Just
how's
let me
my
know if
ring,
it's a
how's
plus
my
one.
ring
No.
coming too? No, I'm kidding.
The which one?
The ring. It's not important. It's
Okay.
fine.
Oh, the.
I'm joking.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
I've had a hard week. I had my first day of really good sleep on Monday. I slept an entire day.
Alright.
So, you arrive in town and you make your way as best you can to the shop before it closes. You actually are in luck. It's not a large town, so it only takes half an hour to get to where the shop is. And
It's not a one-horse town because we at least came in with 4.
yeah, I know. If you start running, also, it's just gonna there. No, I really wanted to have the sound effect for getting off of the Yoshi on this one. So,
I mean, if anybody in this group was likely to sacrifice a Yoshi for a few extra feet of jump, it would definitely be.
I like the Yoshi. All right, so you actually managed to get there before the shop closes. You still maybe have an hour before you estimate everything starts closing. When you get in, you do find them starting to clean up, removing the priciest pieces of clothing, getting them in the back store. While she's not in the front store, you see the father who's there, still as large as a door, watching you arrive in. Oh, you again.
Yeah. I'll pull out a sack of 10 gold, put it down on the table. Would this be enough to do a rush, hour-long order of taking these symbols I'll put on the clothes and attaching them so that they look like they're part of our cloaks? We'd prefer if questions weren't asked.
He looks at you for a moment, with a little bit of exasperation in his eyes.
Cardios wonder if he's just like, I could go home right now, or I can get vacation money.
Just tell me that this is not going to go bad for the villagers here.
No.
Actually, that's a weird thing, villagers. What should you call someone that lives in a station? Stationeers?
Audience will say, no, not to my knowledge, covering any bases in case there's something outside of his knowledge that then happens to the villagers.
Smart.
Station folk, stationers.
Listen, I don't know what kill squad they're sending. Maybe they'll get upset and wipe out the entire city. This isn't information I have.
Alright, so... Yeah, you're playing with words. But still, it's all true. So, persuasion. Come on. Persuade him that you actually have honest intentions.
If anything, sometimes Raimi just doesn't tell certain details to the group so that they don't have to lie. Because they're deceptive.
Roll.
That is honorable.
What did you roll?
That's a 24.
Oh, that's pretty good. I hope I don't live to regret this. So,
Or die to regret it. I don't actually say that.
So, how many uniform do you have, and how many cloaks do you want this to be sewed on?
How many people are in our party? 5?
Alright. Do you have 5 emblems?
Yes, because all of our outfits should have an emblem.
Alright. Ah. He looks at all of you for a moment. And, can I trust you in the front of the store alone that you won't steal anything?
Yes, we won't steal anything.
Swear it on your god.
I swear it on my god that I will not steal anything.
Say the
God is
name
a
of your
drag.
god.
Okay. Let me jump back to my notes. It's been a while since I've said the actual name, not just the dragon religion.
It's like, yes, my god.
Dragon.
Is it Jehoshaphat? I think so.
You know, he's
sounds
that
about
one
right.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, you know, the dude.
That one god.
It's
you
my
know?
That's
first.
the
It's my
thing.
first note. Yeah. Okay. I'll say on my god Jehoshaphat, we will not. I will not steal anything.
Alright.
And I think you're making shit up because he hasn't heard of it before.
No, because if I'm honest, that is my god. I believe that's my god.
Well, Paladin usually starts getting easy to identify after a certain point. So right now, if he's wearing all of his weapons and armor and the way he's talking, he probably looks a bit like a Paladin. So he knows he's
Either that or a very enthusiastic cleric.
he's truthful, and he's just implicated his god. And usually Paladin's god are good, sometimes neutral, but usually good. So
Little does he know, dragons are all about accumulating wealth, and I'm not kidding. No.
little does he know that your god is a manipulative.
Wait, what?
He
Hey,
didn't say this.
hey. No, I'm the good guy.
Well, you are, but he's not. Alright, so now that you've implicated your god, and probably will be some sort of retribution if you lie while having sworn on the head of your god. Well, usually when they're good.
God would probably congratulate you.
I get some extra power by next time I fight.
So, well, you know, next time you level up, everything you've done for your god is going to coalesce into a power increase. And I did promise you that you will level up before the end of the chapter because of everything you've done. So, you're gonna be a level higher for the last fight.
Spirit guardians.
Alright. Watch the store in an hour, close the door. Give me those uniforms.
I'm back.
Takes the uniforms. Go in the back. Closes the door. And you hear noises and sounds which would indicate someone is sewing something. No, Remy, I wasn't gonna say something else. I saw how you looked at me when I was saying this. No, I'm not gonna say something else. Alright. So, you wait for an hour. It takes a little while. You thought you were here for an hour, but after an hour, you close. Well, do you close the shop? He asked you to close in an hour.
Yes.
All right. So
I will close the door to the shop.
close the door. Make sure no one comes in.
I steal everything.
Now audience gonna look at you weird and he kills you, and then we don't have to worry about your...
Hey, no, audience
I
said
put it
he
back.
wouldn't steal anything. He said nothing
Yeah.
but the other members of the party.
No, you said we.
I would stop George from stealing.
Try.
I mean, he would not appreciate it, but
Alright.
You'll never even see me steal something.
So...
Mm.
You're actually
Definitely
very
would
lucky,
see
and
me.
during the entire hour, no one comes in. You see someone stopping in front of the shop at one point and just looking through the door, and when he sees all of you, just looks in another direction and starts walking away. You get the feeling that he was trying to get a peek behind the desk, so might have been an admirer of one of the employee. But the shop remains quiet throughout this hour. When you close the door, you start looking outside, wondering how it is, and you feel the temperature slowly falling. And for your audience, it's normal winter. But for everyone else, it's a bit cold. Fisher, you spent most of your time indoor in the few years that you were in the same island chain as audience. So you haven't fully experienced winter outside, a real harsh winter.
Good thing I got this ring.
But yeah,
That everybody is where.
sorry, you were a bit robotic when you talked. Oh, I don't think he heard me.
He said that everybody in the party is wearing.
Oh, okay, sorry. Then it was on my end. All right. You were a bit
It was
robotic
robotic
when
to
you
me,
spoke.
too.
That's why.
I'm actually starting to everybody.
Okay.
I could that.
I think Skype doesn't like our game tonight.
I might jump out and back in.
Okay. All right, so you close the shop, and maybe 20 minutes later, he comes back out and hands out cloaks, the cloaks you gave them, and looks genuine. I mean, when you look at it from very close. Especially probably Remy, since he's the one that has the highest passive perception, or the highest perception roll possibility, followed by Tobiyashi. Probably when you look at it from very, very close, you sort of notice the bit of fraying around the emblem. So someone that would, for some reason, decide to pay very close attention, make a very in-depth evaluation of your cloak, would probably notice that something's wrong with this. But if they don't, if they just look at it from where you are, and even if you make a show of it, it's probably going to be okay. Well, that's the best we can do within an hour.
all right, we appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Bye
Beautiful.
forever. I'll start backing out of the shop.
We were never here.
We were never here.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Yes.
Ooh. As right before I walk out, everyone else left, I'll be like, "Oh, by the way, if a kill squad comes asking questions, don't answer." And then
Obviously.
Also, watch out for a griever that might be coming through here.
I think it's specifically
Bye.
bye.
You see that last dad moment when you realize that you've just said something about his daughter. You know, makes just one step as you leave. Okay. So you are all free in the streets as you hear the door to this shop close. A very loud.
All right.
You
Let's go.
I'm
Let's
reminded
go
of a
to the
country song.
let's go to the train station and while our way on a train.
Alright. So, with the last few rays of sunlight, or what passes as sunlight in there, starts to fade away. You arrive at the train station. There, you find yourself in front of a small group of Mill-E's, maybe 6 of them, paying attention to who comes in, who comes out. You see one that's going through the last train that arrived. Another one that's...
Tough disguise. Give me a tough disguise. Someone that looks badass.
I will actually also give. Well, do I see or can I differentiate if one of the millies up there is the same one that we ran into last night?
Ooh. I would have to say, honestly, would the Fisher have been paying attention to the serial number of the one that interacted with you? It's the only real way to differentiate.
Is it?
them.
How obvious is it?
It's on the chest, usually the right side of the chest.
Then I'd say yes.
All right. Then in that case, make an intelligence roll to see if you can conjure it up again. It's not going to be a very high DC. Don't worry about that.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah, it's just memory.
That is a 22.
Easily. You have this moment of, hold on, what was... Oh, yeah, that's right. It was one of those easy numbers to remember, 2211, you know. So you take a moment, you watch them all. Maybe you even ask Remy because he has a better perception than you. Can you see one that's 2211 as a serial number? Or Tobiashi, they both have very good. They both have very good perception.
This is when we learned Fisher's little nearsighted or farsighted, whatever one it is.
Well, since you were very close, it can be both.
Near, far, wherever you are.
All right, so are you trying to see it by yourself, or are you asking for Remy or Tobiashi's assistance in this matter?
Yeah, I'll ask both of them. Hey, can you guys see if one of their serial numbers is 2211?
All right. Well, since you are 3 to do this, one of you, Tobiashi or Remy, can roll perception with advantage.
Let Remy do it. Actually, no, I can communicate better. Wait, no, let Remy do it.
Yeah, the answer is a yes/no. So that's...
How does Remy take this? I'll do it. I can communicate better. No, you do it anyway.
No.
Jorg has infected Tobiashi.
Yeah, at least Tobiashi doesn't call Remy Bird.
haven't done
I
that
think I've
for
only
like
done that once.
I guess in game several days, in real life several weeks.
Several days. Yeah, they're still pretty fresh.
It's like it was just days ago, Raby. Just get over it already.
Goddamn bird. I'm kidding.
Aren't birds supposed to have a short memory?
Not this one.
I'm being.
All right. So,
Raby just like Raby knows a few thieves' cant ways of like doing something similar to run 'em implied. But so we're either looking at a yeah, that's correct. Either a soft 20 or a 28.
okay. Well, either case, it's better than most peasant can do. So,
Oh no, it's more just like we could decide which one is the Tobayashi roll and which one is the Raimi roll.
let's just call this a group effort. So you take a moment and you try and figure out if one of them is the actual Millie that was doing this, and you see one Millie that does fit, does seem to have the same marking. It's currently just standing right beside the train itself. So you'd only cross his path unless you actually want to go on the train, but your destination is that shed over there.
Alright, then I think we're far enough
The
away
cats are
that
fucking somewhere else.
Yeah. I was thinking of trying to disguise Jorg too, because that Millie would have seen Jorg. But if it looks like we're not going to run into him, then I think I won't risk it.
I could wrap up his face in silk, and we could say that he's a
leper.
He's a mummy.
a leper.
I think we're doing enough with disguises and telling them we are, not adding more stuff to it.
Don't overdo it. Yeah.
Maybe can.
Okay.
Jorg can turn into a mouse and fit in someone's pocket.
That is true.
It's okay. All right, Rebby, are you disguising me before I walk up?
As Raimi, taking your feedback is going to give you the face of one of the coolest people he knows. It's like you suddenly have a very rugged looking face with a scar over your eye.
Okay. Looks sufficiently like a Kill Squad badass. Cool. That's all I need.
It's almost like Raimi has spent a lot of time with a lot of individuals who have been through some shit.
And that person also has a beard.
Alright.
Because it's the only way to cover the fact that your lips are not going to match what you're saying.
Alright. Audience will kind of get us. Also, he'll ask if Remy has the note or the seal. The stuff he might need for convincing them.
I guess that depends on.
Damn. Someone really wants to talk to me. My phone just I keep receiving text message.
Because the previous night, Raimi would have shown the general form for a communication, but due to restrictions, I'm not sure how much of that Raimi would have been able to produce himself without having to be interrupted by somebody else to finish the rest.
Well, you all had good night of sleep. You said you would have done this the previous night?
Because like regardless, because again we kind of like scooched over at the end of that session to like get to like where we got at the beginning of last session. So, but I guess like I'm not sure like how much time like Raimi would have had to explain everything that night and then possibly work with somebody else so that they could forge, air quote, a convincing enough document to pass for what they needed.
Well, giving out the information, that's easy. You had ample opportunities not only last night but throughout the day. You essentially all spent 8 hours, well, probably around 6 hours moving on a horse. So the explanations, that's easy to fit wherever you want it to fit. The counterfeit element of it, since you all went to bed immediately and didn't have a lot of extra time, not a lot of opportunity. However, you just had 1 hour inside of a shop to do something with this if you wanted to. You were all stuck there watching the store, so you could just place yourself at a table, took a few pieces of paper, and did your best to forge something in 1 hour. Although probably even you would have said, yeah, it's not gonna hold up to a thorough investigation, but yeah.
Then again, at the very least, at least Raimi and Tobayashi know that this particular man might just be very stressed and might not worry too hard about the details.
The only person I'm worried about is that dog. He might have seen us.
It didn't seem very like he was gonna do anything though.
So, all right, Remy, roll a. Oh, good lord! Someone really wants to talk to me. I'm also receiving messages on Discord. Damn. So,
Looking for a good time.
I wouldn't go that far, but I am. The person talking to me is a very charming woman, so.
Let's talk about car insurance.
Well, it's funny that you're saying this because you know I did have an accident during the weekend. All right, so make a roll for your forgery, Remy.
Which stat would you prefer I use?
I'd go with two rolls. One intelligence, one dexterity. Intelligence to really focus the image in your mind, to have it as close, as precise as possible. And dexterity to draw it out, because essentially that's what you're doing. You're just drawing the image that you just conjured in your mind.
Alrighty. Well, we'll roll the intelligence first. That's gonna be 15.
Okay.
And that one's actually going to be a 14.
Okay. All right. So it's a reasonable average. You look at this, and you're confident that most people would be fooled by this. Someone with an exceptionally good investigation ability would probably notice this. Otherwise, someone will need to take the time to properly read everything and look at every detail to have a chance of figuring out that this is a forgery. So this is the result that you have.
All right. Cool. I feel good enough prepared to go talk to this guy. So I guess I'll start making. I'll look very confident and start walking my way towards the shed or wherever he is.
All right. So you walk past the guards and you look at them, and they just look at you entering for a moment. But when they see that you're going straight for the back of this place, none of them actually interferes and lets you enter. Are you going in alone or with others?
No, I'll go in with everyone.
Okay.
So we look like the squad.
Okay.
We all actually have collars around our necks.
Oh,
If we disobey, our heads will explode.
Oh, damn. I feel like I've seen this somewhere, in a play.
but which one's directing it? James Gunn or no?
All right. So,
We're the death-defying agents.
yes. All right. So, you make your way there, and everyone comes in with you. How is this going to unfurl? All right. So, in what order do you all enter? Audience first, because followed by
Fisher.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd say
Remy,
probably
then
Remy because
Fisher.
he has to maintain the illusion on audience.
Then Fisher.
Well, I mean, it's also just like Ramey's always following audience, so it's just like it's just very hard for anybody else to compete for that specific
But
spot.
now he has a reason to be there, so it's all right. Okay. So you enter and you see this dwarf that's behind the counter, and he's sort of dawdling a little bit. You get the feeling that he hasn't been doing a whole lot during the entire day.
I'll go and I'll kind of put my hands down heavily on the desk. Just kind of like,
What the?
hey, we've heard you had a problem with an Aether. We're here to deal with it. Where's our train?
Right. And he looks outside. Okay. You want to do this at night? Never mind. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Just glare at him.
Y'all just look at him like,
Right. Looks around on the table. Yeah, no, sure. I just need a little confirmation. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You probably have something for me.
Yeah.
Just slams the paper on the.
I do. I basically just slide him the paper.
Right,
Go.
right.
He's sufficient.
Okay. Oh. Right. Hold on. Let me look at this. You know how it is. With all of the weird stuff that's been happening recently. You never know. Someone might want to try and steal a train. Don't know why. There's nothing out there. Anyway,
I understand.
Oh, sorry.
Be quick.
I did.
You're on the timetable.
I'm rambling on. I'm very sorry. Right.
I couldn't sleep last night because of a really bad. Never mind.
I got locked in the bathroom again.
Okay, so yes, papers, yes, thank you. He unrolls it and looks at it for a moment, and right, this does seem to be in order. He looks at his dog for a moment, and hey, oh, that's unusual. He's not barking. Oh, I guess you guys must be good people. He usually barks at everyone. Although usually people coming here wants to steal something from me. So, well, I guess you don't want to steal anything.
Oh, just here to do our jobs.
No, that's actually oh, right, good.
The dog seems divided on Tobiyashi, but
I'm petting it.
Well, the dog doesn't seem to be barking or reacting aggressively or anything. He just looks a little bit at both of you, and he looks at you, Remy. He looks at you, Tobiyashi, and flops down on the floor. Oh, especially, it's almost as if he'd met you before.
Cute dog. Oh yeah, most dogs like me. I go
really?
over there and
Really?
feed them.
Well, okay. No, okay. Everything looks all right, and he closes the scroll and he hands it back to you. And all right.
I'm gonna need to take your dog. No, I'm kidding. I'm not taking his dog.
Do you actually say
I need
this
a
out
snack on
loud?
the way over.
No, no, I don't actually say no.
All right. So. All right. Well. I guess you know what you're doing. Well, we don't have a whole lot of functioning train. There's the one that we have as an emergency in case the one on the main railroad just breaks down. So
We won't be gone long. We can just take that.
okay, you have someone who actually knows how to handle a train?
I'll just give a nod towards Fisher.
Over at Fisher. Just look at
I'll
him.
just give a nod, not even like fully look at him. Just we have our people.
Right, good. Yeah, of course. There's nothing like a machine to pilot a machine. It's right. Never mind.
Well, Voltron would speak otherwise, but
Okay, go ahead. You can go in.
All right. Appreciate your time. Then we'll just walk out.
Good night.
problem. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'll let you in. So I want you all to know that he rolled a 14, so it would have been a failure. But because his dog didn't react, I gave him disadvantage. And the second roll was a 10. So you passed because you didn't do anything to the dog during that night. If you had attacked the dog during the night,
committing
right
animal
now,
cruelty,
you would
they
have
lost.
had a whole lot of trouble.
Dog for the win.
All right. Well, we go and we get on the train, and now we have a train.
So it's a good Remy. It's a good thing you didn't listen to Tobiyashi, who said you wanted to attack the dog.
Fisher.
well, I mean, is it really fortune when Raimi is already disinclined to follow other party members' advice?
Kill the dog. Kill him.
All right.
Especially the one who decided to murder another monk for no reason.
It's gonna haunt him for the
Is it
rest
my
of
fault?
his life. All right. So, you get inside the yard. It looks the same as it was last night, since you are getting there roughly at the same time. Maybe an hour earlier than the night before. So it looks a bit spooky, abandoned. It feels like at one point there might have been maybe 5 or 10 people working there at all time, but the only other person you see is a halfling who is just doing maintenance on tool, just outside one of the shed, and just looks all of you. Do you have everything you need? Do I need to do anything?
I'll just look at Fisher.
How confident am I in actually driving this thing?
With everything you saw with the research you did, you're confident up to repairing repairing complex part. So you're confident about driving, but probably not good driving. You know, you can get it to move.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be graceful.
You have your learner's permit.
It's not going to be graceful, but you can make it move. You can effect minor repairs to the train with everything you've learned with your research in the library. But if a major part breaks for some reason, you didn't roll good enough to know how to fix this.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is just like a mechanic dude that it looks like?
Yeah, he just looks like someone who probably fixes things. He's currently in the process of cleaning out the tools he needed during the day.
Pretty much got it. Anything wrong with it currently?
No, not really. I've been meaning to do a full tune-up. Just don't push it all the way to its fastest speed. Maybe don't go above 25 miles an hour, just to be sure.
Okay.
All right. Anything specific you worried about?
Yeah, the pipes are getting a little bit old. I'm afraid that if you push it too hard, one might rupture, and that would be a huge mess to go inside of this and try and fix them right now. We'd have to take out the engine and, you know.
Yeah, that's not worth it. We got a spider to kill.
Other than that, well, I'm not sure how far are you planning on going, because there's a fair amount of snow gathered in there. Do you think you'll need a plow?
Yeah, just to be safe.
All right. Well, if you help me, we can have it mounted on the train, maybe in an hour and a half.
No.
I look at audience.
I'm like
I
shaking
go,
my head
yes.
like,
No, yes.
yes? Okay.
We want a plow.
You saw this, Fisher.
Alright, I'll trust my expert. Let's get it done though. Quick job to do.
Yeah, the guy's just like, yeah, they've been working together a while. I'm not going to question this.
Yeah, and I'll help him put the plow on.
I'll help as well.
All right. So you help him. You go.
When we get like a little bit of a break that I feel safe enough, I will message audience that the tracks on Mid-Sal will be entirely covered in snow because trains don't run on them. So we will definitely want a plow
Okay.
to be
Fair
getting around on Mid-Sal.
Fair enough. I will just give a nod. I'm not that like we're fine. We're already through security, so it's fine. I just wanted to go, but
Do you also have the additional cannons and flamethrowers for this?
do we have the heavy artillery?
We need an
I saw the
arcane
hunters use
ballista.
this harpoon gun to kill Leviathans. Do we have one of those? That we can-
Do we have an antimatter railgun?
We might need it.
a black hole railgun. It fires small black hole as projectile.
How do you feel about a weapon strong enough to bring the entire spire down in a single
This is going to turn to a Gundam, right, and help us fight this thing? Because I don't think we can do it without a Gundam.
This is what I was promised and what I'm looking for.
Look, I've already posted the Lightspeed Rescue Megazord transformation in our chat a number of times.
So okay. So you start making the modification, and it's a heavy piece of equipment, the plow. It fixes itself at several points in the front of the train. It changes a bit the appearance of the train, but looking at this, it's a huge slab of metal, slightly curved on both sides, really meant to push the snow in both directions. Initially, there's probably a moment where you say, well, why do you need to push it on both sides? And then you look at the trains, oh yeah, people can get off on both sides. So, makes sense. Would have been more efficient energy-wise to just shove the snow on a single side, but, that's okay, that's good. So, it takes a good hour and a half, like he said, and it's a hour and a half spent moving heavy parts, pulling this slab of metal that feels like it weighs 2 tons, fixing it, using pulleys to lift it, securing it in front of the train. And after an hour, and the sun is completely died down, and you even saw the dwarf going back to his shed and waving at the halfling as he's going by, and you sort of give a shrug to the halfling, and halfling, rolling his eyes, you see the other one nodding and going back to the shed. Get the feeling they've been working together for quite a while. So, after an hour and a half, well, I hope it's good enough for you, because I am tired and my wife is going to kill me if I don't get back home soon.
Alright, go take a
I already smell like shit.
We've got it from here.
Alright. Well, I hope she didn't remove the hot water from the tub, because I'm really gonna need one. Alright. Good luck, try not dying. I heard
Sleep
those
well.
creatures can be really nasty.
Oh, I haven't done it yet.
See you in 16 hours. Well, if you survive.
Alright.
Then he leaves.
You never.
So,
We might end up
yeah.
sleeping out there, so it might take a little longer.
Well, you don't have to tell him, but you're not bringing it back. So
Yeah, we're not bringing it back.
Yeah, but
We're not.
Like, you don't even have to
increasing
say a
the
word.
amount of time until they know something's wrong.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well, I don't think it matters, because remember, they have very limited engines. They're not going to send an engine out on a search party. They're also going to know something's wrong when a kill squad shows up the next day with Spire credentials and is like, where's our train? And they're like,
Yeah.
all right, so you get on board. There's nothing comfortable about this. It's just an engine. The cabin is completely covered, and there's one bed. Usually the bed of the person that conducts this thing. So if it's a long haul, he's going to have a place to sleep while the other one takes over. So there's one bed, and everything else is just a large cabin with everything you need to take care of. For everyone else, there's sort of a moment where, whoa, that's a lot of levers, buttons, and dials, but you, Fisher, since you made your research, I knew it was going to be there. It's just different when you're actually in front of it. Bit imposing.
Ah,
Audience is
shit.
gonna
Why
lie
is it
down in the bed and
manual?
be like,
Why'd it
"Tell
have
me
to be a
if you need
manual
anything,
drive?
Fisher."
Yeah.
So
I called dibs on the bed. Fisher, tell me if you need anything.
I will slowly get it started.
all right. Takes a little bit of time. You hear the energy inside of the engines just starting to pulsate, become stronger, and after maybe half an hour, the train is fully ready to start moving. So slowly, inches by inch, you hear that familiar, and for you, oddly familiar, Fisher, sound of a train starting to move. This as every single part starts moving, and like I said, it's not graceful. Everyone had this moment of as the train starts, and you just give just a little bit too much power as you're starting to move forward. But it's starting to move, and you know you have several hours. As you start pushing the engine and you look at all of the dial, and you eventually find the one that speaks about the speed of the train. Look at everything, and everything feels familiar. Not just because you researched it, but feels like you've seen it so many times. Although, there's a small, I don't know, I'd call it giggle inside of you about the fact that you think that this is the first time you actually touch all of this.
I was always
Always the observer, never
never got to actually drive.
So there's probably this little, very childish voice that you haven't heard many times in your entire life, just going. That's the truth.
You know, the conductor just let you have like, you know, like a kind of like those car toys, like for kids in the back seat. It's like, you know, like you get your own steering wheel, so you get to drive the car.
And so the train starts moving. You push the speed all the way to, like he said, 25 miles an hour. And you see so many things that feels familiar. The way that the air blows on the cabin, the way that the snow moves, as although the track is mostly clear of snow, there's still a little bit of accumulation that hasn't completely melted off. Looking at it just explode when you enter into a small bank of snow, and just starts snowing briefly, as in your mind it's sort of in slow motion, that thrill of plowing through a snow wall. For everyone else, you've never been in the cabin. So, although you've all looked outside of the trains and seen everything, this is the first time you're in the cabin, seeing all of these dials and some of these levers that seems to move on their own. Sort of having to look at Fisher from time to time. Is it normal that this is moving by itself? And you have Fisher's.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Then you have Terranat inside of you telling you, you really don't know, do you?
It's fine is for them, but also for me. I'm sure it's fine.
And throughout a good portion of the night, you just see everything that happens outside. You get to see the ocean. You think at one point you see one of those giant snake, because it feels like you see a reef just starts moving off. Not a big one, you know, it's just 50 feet long. It starts moving off with jagged spine coming off of its back, each one easily 20 feet long. Okay. she said this place is a nursery for kids. So that's a baby.
I wonder if the babies taste better than the adults.
Cor would know.
I'll have to ask him.
Throughout the night, there is even this silence that accompanies all of this. Even for you, Fisher, the mix of the engine, of all these elements around you, but looking outside and seeing the ocean, understanding the silence that's behind all of this. It feels so familiar. While you were a fisherman, you saw the ocean in many of its moods, many of its states. Now you understand why, even then, you felt reassured by the ocean. The mist also feels familiar in this moment. Always there, making it hard to see very far in advance, in a very long distance, but still, it's calming. For you more than anyone else. For everyone else, all they hear is and you see these levers going up and down, and this needle just keeps going to the other side of, staying at the other side of the dial. Like, what the heck? But for you, it's calming. And then the audience is snoring. Oh, that also feels familiar.
Yep. Unlike everybody else, I don't fall asleep to not hear it. I am around the whole time.
So, hours go by, and the night keeps moving forward. Eventually, you start seeing signs that the snow has been pushed off of the bridge, giving you an indication that, oh, we might be getting close, because something's been pushing the snow out of the way. Probably at that moment, somewhere in all of this, Remy, you want to play recorder with everyone else and start telling them the information that was missing from Siché's explanation. And I'd say this is going to be the last thing before we go to the break. One question that I absolutely have to ask. So, in your mind, you have the entire paragraph, or all the information you have in your mind, and it's all with the voice of the princess, which Tobiyashi sort of had a love-hate relationship with her. He hated her while he was stuck inside the dream, but outside of the dream, he sort of had to, oh, God damn it, I can't hate her. She's
dead.
She's probably dead and died traumatically also. So...
Hey, we don't know this.
Well, Tobiyashi thinks so. He likes to think so. So my question...
I still love her, Haikuchi.
So, my question to you, Remy, is, are you going to read out the entire paragraph, even stating again thing that Siché said, or are you just going to add the missing information? Saying everything else would be specifically to piss off Tobiyashi, but if you just say what's missing... So, which one are you going to take?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Draken. Raimi has to dutifully repeat everything that he heard in sequence.
All right, so as Fisher is driving, he gathers everyone up and starts telling the information you have. And Tobiashi, you hear the lovely voice, lovely noble voice of the princess, just going, the Aether, originally made by sorcery as a way to keep the undead population in check. Its diet consists mainly of undying creature. Against the living, the creature will adopt a different attitude if left alone. If its nest is attacked, however, it will retaliate until the attacker has retreated. The Aether has the general shape of a spider. 4 of its limbs, however, are closer to arms than legs, as it will use them like spears to attack. The Aether has been given special talent to attack undead and prevent itself from suffering mutations. The undead eater has the ability to pull alternative version of itself and exploit several avenues of action at the same time. The ability manifests as replicas of the creature, hunting along its sides. Periodically, the creature will choose which version of itself it is the most advantaged one, both in general health and tactical positioning. The other manifestation will then adopt the state of the chosen possibility and reposition alternate version of itself. This defense is not an illusion. The creature has also exhibited the ability to learn strategies from other creatures it has defeated. Over time, it is believed some mutation has occurred on the undead eater, as it's been seen using a paralyzing agent on unconscious creature in near-death situation. This poison is extremely potent and will completely paralyze a creature for extended periods of time. It is believed they then take the victim back to its nest and wait for them to expire and eat them as undeath takes over their body. This is the extent of the information that Remy has memorized. So in D&D term, it will adopt the position and the health of the version of itself that has the most advantageous position, meaning when it starts its turn.
So yeah, if we can kill it in a round, well, I don't know. Not exactly. It's fine. All right. Technically, we may not disturb its nest, though, depending on where its nest is.
I think it's directly on the tracks, and that's why the guy was...
Well, we'll see. We'll get up to it.
All right. So, Fisher...
If we have a way to not engage, we'll just not engage.
Fisher slows down the train as it is arriving, and you have a better idea of what it looks like in front of you. You see these large cocoons that have been placed all around the track in a ring. So there's on top, on the sides, and even under them, you'd estimate. Quite a lot of them. You'd say easily 10 or 12 eggs in total. Currently, you don't see the spider.
Could we just ram the train through the eggs and keep going?
We could.
You don't know how solid they are. You know that you have a train that might not fare well with this, but that's entirely up to you.
Plow.
And apparently you're going to have the break to figure this out. So, all right.
Full speed ahead.
Also, very important note. Once we got going a little bit, and we're away from judging eyes, I pulled my hat back out because everybody knows a conductor needs a hat. So
It's a weirder hat, but hey, it works. All right, so we're gonna go back on break and see you back in 15 minutes. Is this? No, I want Marsh. Here we go. All right.
where are train sounds? We're gonna need train sounds.
Well, maybe for the next time you're there. All right. See you back in 15 minutes. Bye. Hello and welcome back. Yes, we're all live. And I don't know who's watching, but just in case, let me say a word in French in case a very nice lady is watching. Marie-Mé, t'es là. Salut! La preuve qu'on est vraiment live. So, for everyone that doesn't understand English, well, someone had been talking to me on Twitch, and as you can imagine, they were speaking in French while I was live. So I just said, well, I'm not ignoring you, I'm just currently live. So, welcome if you're there. If not, well, too bad, you just missed it. That's it. No. Alright. Enough advertisement. Well, it's not advertisement, but anyway. So, and let's quiet down the marsh sounds because, you're not in the marsh right now.
This is the sound the audience makes when you sleep.
Sound like a frog?
No, it's the sound Remy makes, because he just recorded that while he was in the past, so every time he goes to sleep, instead of snoring, you just hear marsh sound.
The good old days.
When things were simpler.
Hey, Remy could be our MP3 player.
What do you mean he could? He is. He just can't do it because we're going to get a copyright claim, but otherwise he is. Why do you think I said when we started that a Kenku is the perfect excuse for someone who just wants to keep talking while singing music? We just can't do it because we need to pay a whole lot of people.
Tabayashi gets really sad. I'm blue, da boo dee da boo da.
Alright. So, as you arrive at this position, well, I can at least show you what you're seeing right now. So,
Just shows us a white backdrop. Just like, this is what you see. There's a lot of snow, guys.
alright, so on Twitch it should be arriving in a moment. As for my players...
Ooh, someone left a real sticky mess all over.
Carrots.
Uh-oh.
Do we? Oh,
Aha!
he's back.
Hello!
Welcome back.
Do we know if this is like the magic spider silk we were talking about, where like it's hard to catch on fire and stuff? Because if we could just catch it on fire and then run it over.
I don't know.
I don't think we should run it over. I think there is
Okay.
more important stuff to have the train fully.
Well, let's go kill this spider then.
Alright, so we're back, and apparently everyone we seem to be moving again. So I'm the only one that kept... apparently everyone could still hear me.
Yeah, you
No.
fully dropped from.
We
We
couldn't.
were all still.
We turned on the stream so we could hear you on the stream.
Yeah, you fully dropped from the call, and we were all still here.
Damn. Alright, so it's just me that was dropped? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just abandoned.
Well, on my side, the call was still active. It's just everyone was just frozen.
Yeah.
All right,
Weird.
so I'm the one that was good.
We got really good at red light, green light.
Like, everybody stop.
All right, so what did I miss in what you were all saying?
Um,
We
Oh,
missed
he's frozen.
everything
Uh-oh.
after you presented the image of the train.
Okay. All right. So, like I was saying, Fisher, you probably stopped the train far enough so that you'd be able to start it up again because you know that the train doesn't start on a dime. But that's what you see in front of you. There are several eggs that would be directly in the path. 2 very large ones and a bunch of small ones. The thing is, you don't see the spider right now.
Wait, so are we over water?
Yes,
Yes.
you are currently
Oh,
going from
over
one island to
borders.
the next. And it's, so, hold on. Do I have the map?
How far out are we?
It's been several hours, so
Okay.
probably a good 80 miles? Hold on, do I have the map of the entire...
How big are these eggs?
They vary from feet wide to nearly 5 feet wide.
Jorg, do you have Wall of Fire right now?
I do, because I knew we were gonna fight spiders.
What if we just lit the nest on fire?
Yeah.
We tried. It's not a bad idea. He could light them on fire, and then I could repetitively lightning bolt them.
Well, I don't think we need to do anything to the eggs. I'm
Oh,
just like
we
a
should have
spider.
planted. What's his face?
Catch his stuff on fire.
Yeah,
No,
I thought
we
about
wouldn't
that,
be
but then
able
it
to
was
do
like,
that.
how do we get him on the train?
Yeah, we'd have to get like a pot
Wow.
of dirt.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Just bring a
It's okay.
huge pot of dirt.
I think we
This
should
is
just
important. We need
I
a
think we should just
reason.
Wall of Fire. I
Mhm.
think we should just sit. What's the range of Wall of Fire?
Not
Range.
super far.
120 feet.
Okay, we can literally just
Well,
sit
it's 120 feet in a foot that creates a 60-foot line, or a
Yeah.
Or
circle
a.
of, or a 10-foot circle, 10-foot radius circle.
Yeah, I was like, we
Yeah.
could just burn the eggs, and then all the eggs will burn, and then we'll just sit 120 feet back. If the spider wants to come fight us, it can. Otherwise, it'll just we burn the eggs, and then if it, if it just leaves its nest, then we just drive through.
I kind of want their poison though.
Okay, Toby, we have more
Too
important
bad.
than you can.
Or, well, yeah. I like that idea. Just should I do a
Mhm.
circle or a line?
I was thinking like a
Do
10.
a circle around it.
Yeah, just like a circle. Just burn all the eggs.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I mean,
It's like
I guess kind of. Oh, right. Before I forget, once we had been over the water, just in case, Raimi would have ritual cast water breathing.
Oh,
that's helpful.
thank you.
It was like when I was traveling with my.
I'd be
In case
more
he
worried about
survives the fall into the
Leviathans
water.
if we fall into the water, but yeah.
Then you won't
But yeah.
die from drowning. You'll die from Leviathan.
You'll die from the fucking snakes.
Look, there are actually
But at least you'll
very
be
few
breathing
deaths
while you do it.
worse than drowning. At least the sensation
burning
of
alive.
drowning. So
To be fair, if a Leviathan, it could technically choose to. It's big enough to swallow you whole, and then you wouldn't die immediately. You try and cut your way out of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you put a circle around the spiders, it's like when I was
How-
traveling with my master a long time ago. We got a scorpion and a deck of cards. Yeah.
But what if it,
It
ends
died.
up being
Wait,
like
no, keep
popcorn and
going.
they just all
I
explode?
need to know how this is relevant.
The scorpion ended up killing itself because of the circle of fire. Didn't know what to do, so it murdered itself with its stinger.
Oh wow, that's.
That is not.
And maybe
I
the
thought that was
spiders will
gonna
do
go.
that.
Or maybe
Well,
they'll
again,
put
I
the
think there might
popcorn
only
and
be
explode
one-
out over the
There
wall.
might only be one spider. It's just like
There's
That's true.
one.
Well,
it
there's
just
eight.
pulls up to 6 others of itself from different times in its life
Yeah.
to help fight it, which
That's
is
wild.
wild.
Even future?
I don't think so, because
The way it
They
was
said
stated, it's more like
it
alternate
depends how old
timelines.
it is.
It's
Do you think it would answer me if I asked in an alternate timeline if I had a girlfriend?
How
We just
dark
Prowler
is it
music start playing.
currently?
Sorry?
Like, is it fully nighttime now?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the train have a big headlight?
Wait, we're the Time Knights? We are into the Spider-Verse, guys. We've been fighting.
Hell yeah!
Sorry.
Sorry. It's a side thing.
So,
A wall of fire.
You should try being bitten by a Toby. Maybe you'd gain its power.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So is there like a bit? Does the train have a big like spotlight on it?
yeah, I feel like it would be normal.
Okay. Cool. So we shouldn't have a huge problem seeing. I think we should also get out of the train and move forward when we do this, because if it attacks us, I would rather it fight us on the tracks than in the train.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a good idea.
So we
Okay.
want to park the train like 140 feet from it and then walk 120 feet up, or like up to 120 feet, and then Dorg lights it on fire.
Yeah,
You
that
only have to
sounds
walk
good.
20 feet up to
Well,
light it.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
yeah.
Jackie
that's
gave the
my-
information that that we would have had to like have put the train far back enough to even like start up again.
Yeah. We
so
heard that.
that's
Yeah.
more of a how far back would it have to be, Draken?
Or could we start it going one way and then turn it around?
No. Actually, a train to start up, I'd probably give it at least 100 feet, if not 200 feet.
They don't
Alright.
have-
Yeah, so let's put it 200 feet back, and then we walk up
To like
to
60
within 120.
Also, if
And
we
then
stealth,
Jorg
maybe
can-
the spider won't know that it's us burning. Maybe we'll just think its nest got lit on fire, and it'll just be sad and leave.
Just be sad.
Mhm.
We have
Damn
the
it.
bomb.
We can
Spontaneous
Guys, we
combustion.
could blow it up.
just lie down on the track, except there's a big light shining
bomb
at us,
it.
and also I don't want to turn that off because I can't see without it.
We have to get
I
the
know.
train to the other side of the eggs before we bomb it.
We might mess up the tracks though.
Yeah,
We-
Yeah. we're not bombing it. Just set the eggs on fire.
Killjoy.
Oh, damn it!
So to answer the
But I'm
question
using-
earlier, here's the map of the entire island chain, and where I put an NPC token roughly where you are right now. So you are literally above a whole lot of water.
I'd like to pull out the willow cheese from a long time ago. I start
Oh,
eating it.
also,
Okay.
Remy, can
if
I
we
have my
fall
whip
into the
back?
water, we can just swim to the spire.
Oh,
Yes, I do believe you've covered that possibility.
Yeah, an air bubble or whatever, that'll help us float, right?
I think it would take a very long time to swim to the spire.
Yes, you are
So we'd have-
several, I'd say at least 100 miles.
It would be a long swim.
so we all no wait.
Just have to
Avoiding a
tame
lot of
okay.
leviathans along the way.
Remy,
Mhm.
can I have my whip back?
Uh, Raimi whips Jorg and Tobiyashi one more time before giving it back.
Okay.
Jorg's like, damn it, he didn't want you to give that back.
Maybe it's a good thing that George might not be with us for too long. He's starting to get weird.
Jorg can unleash his full potential now.
All right, you guys, everybody ready?
Yeah, I'm still gonna stealth, just in case.
Yeah, I'm a stealth
they
too.
don't-
Hit B, crouch.
Mm-hmm. I'll stealth too, but I'm not using my pass without a trace.
Yeah, 'cause you gotta use
So,
modifier.
I'm just stealth.
Hey, just as we're approaching, since there's a light over it anyway, would Raimi be permitted to try to peer under the track?
Well, you'd have.
I could help you with that.
Well, in that case, my hesitation would be a lot lessened because, yes, you can. The thing is that it's a solid stone bridge, so you have to climb down one of the side and see if there's something underneath it. But if Tobiashi provides the rope, then yeah, sure.
I also have my rope. Speaking of that, I am actually going to tie myself to the train track with my rope of climbing.
I'll tie some silk around Remy. I'm like, all right, you can start climbing down.
In case the spider has a shove action, I would prefer to just fall off and be able to climb back up than
How tall is the bridge above the water?
I think
Okay.
I think I said it was 50 feet off the water.
Okay. Yeah.
No, taller.
Yeah.
Probably
that's
70
cool.
feet, because
Turn into a bird.
the sea
As long as
snake
I'm
has to be able
conscious.
to travel below it without touching
Oh.
I can get you 50 feet down there, Remy. I don't know how much you need.
to see under the bridge, it's probably just a 10-15 feet would be enough.
Okay.
So 20 feet would leave Remy dangling above the below the bridge.
Maybe we could catch the Leviathan. No, I'm just playing. Let's. Just up on the rope and you come
You
back
see
up, Remy.
Remy being lowered, and then you see one of those large snakes circling below.
We're fishing.
You didn't notice it first, but he's lowering you on a fishing pole.
So I got a fishing. No.
Tobiashi ties you, Remy, around his silk, and for some reason it feels not reassuring and also reassuring because it's living silk. So if something goes bad, he can tighten the grip. But if he falls unconscious, then you just drop. So positive, negative,
Well, yeah, I guess it's a good thing then that as far as Raimi knows, he isn't suffering from narcolepsy. So
I was thinking the exact same
I'm
thing.
tired.
But he has received many blows to the head. He could have a epilepsy. Epileptic.
Hey, at least I'm only getting hit in my actual head in this campaign, and the other one, my other head has taken some damage
Oh no.
from my father.
Damn.
Cool. Yikes.
All right. Oh, that doesn't help. All right. So slowly, Remy, you're being lowered, and you have this moment of, ah, man, I don't like this. Oh, the ocean is getting closer. And although the light doesn't help you a lot to see under the bridge, because there is residual light, because there is some bit of radiance about this. It takes a moment, and should you decide to make a good perception roll, you might see something. Meaning roll perception if you want to see something.
yeah, I just know that wherever they are, they're under the bridge. They're under the rail. I just don't know where they are. Only a 21.
Okay. So you're being slowly lowered. You have this moment of sort of as you're falling, you have this perspective that keeps going like this. Oh, yeah, of course. Turn around once, and by the time you come back again and you start looking under it, you have this moment of, what is that? And you realize there's one of those spider that's 5 feet away from your face, looking at you. You have this moment of, oh god. I guess it's true they don't attack you if you don't attack the eggs. You were able to see 4 of them.
4. Oh boy.
They're all under the bridge, at different position under the bridge. You notice that there is one that is behind where you are. But 3 of them are 2 of them are in front, and one of them just saw you dangling down.
You're doing good down there, Remy.
Raimi cringes the fact that he just shouted.
You have this. You hear Tobiashi shout, and you have you going, "Ah," and then you hear.
Is there any way you think we could just knock them off the bridge?
I look at everyone I'm like, Remy's a lot heavier than I thought he'd be.
Damn. Not very nice.
Oh, he's like, I thought he'd be like a smaller, never mind.
Thought he'd weigh like a bird. Is that what you were gonna say?
No, I was not.
Audience
Oh,
was
you're
shut
very
down.
racist, Gorg.
I mean, Toby thinks you're fat.
No, I didn't.
You hear them all talking like this over the under the bridge, and you know that there's actually a spider that's upside down under them right now, listening to this conversation.
Raimi, a combination of annoyance and fear is going to firmly tug on the silk.
All right, I start pulling him up.
You're being pulled up just as you see that spider just gently taking one paw and poking you. Enough to have you go as you're moving up.
So wait, so these
Kind of
things
bad for these spiders. We're just gonna
they look like half human, half spider. Is that what you were saying?
No,
The
no,
description?
that was another carp.
Yeah.
That
I do feel bad for these spiders. I kind of don't want to
know.
restore their deaths.
So if you want to
Just
have
remove
an image for what that spider might look like, I believe in English they're called daddy long-legs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's unsettling.
I had like this little cute image in my head where they're all like really cute looking,
Why would
but
you
now that they're
ever-
daddy long legs,
10 feet wide daddy long-legs.
That legs are kind of.
Mm-hmm. As long as they're not those like fungus infested ones. Those ones are really, really disturbing.
So
they're the spider bites.
So, Remy, you've just been poked by one of those long legs that now that you see it, oh, they probably have reach also when they fight. That's good to know. As you're being pulled up again.
Heave ho, heave ho.
Raimi has a very haunted look on his face as he is
Just
pulled up
laughing.
from below.
For some reason, you don't
Oh.
know why. You just look down and then you see a splash in the water. I feel like he just dropped something.
So, Remy, were there any spiders under the bridge?
Were they cute?
Raimi was about to nod but hesitates.
Okay, answer the
Make
first
sure
one
that his
first.
head is specifically turned to audience and nods.
Ah, how many?
The Raimi holds up 4 talons and then makes the so-so motion.
Okay. How were they? Like, how close to us are they?
holds up one talon and then points directly down,
Okay.
and then two. I think you said like further up, so like he points in that direction. And you said there was one more, but I didn't actually fully understand where exactly that one was.
That one would be behind the entire group.
Oh, okay. Then he hikes one talon behind themselves.
Okay. Well, if there are a lot and they're already on us, would there be any way, do you think, to set the nest ablaze but be like in the middle of the fire so they had to come through it to get to us?
I can make it 20 feet in diameter,
You could make
and then
it-
we'd all take fire damage standing on the inside.
Well,
If-
you can decide which side applies the fire damage.
Oh,
So we could stand just the edge of the nest, and you could
Put
put
the
it around
wall.
us facing outward.
yeah, that's a good idea.
And then at least they have to come through the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna hurt them.
But still 20 feet in diameter.
But what if they catch on fire and jump on us?
Oh, that would be enough. That's
Well,
four.
they would be taking fire damage, which would be good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for whatever.
Okay,
I think that's.
let's go with that.
Maybe we be careful walking up to the nest though, if they're like right underneath
Well,
us.
but I don't think they're gonna attack us unless we obviously show intent to harm the nest, which probably won't start until we literally set it on fire. If
Okay.
Remy was 5 feet from one and it didn't do anything, they're obviously not like aggressive.
Because Remy's alive.
Yeah,
It's an undead eater.
I actually feel kind of bad, but
Yeah.
way around this.
Relocate them. Are they beasts?
I don't have a way to relocate them, George.
I was gonna say we should probably test to see how hard the eggs are, but that's probably gonna count as an attack towards it. So
Because what if
Yeah.
we put their eggs on the train and then give them the train when we're done with it, and they can have a mobile nest?
All right, Drew.
a mobile nest.
All right, Drew, man, we're not doing this.
All
We need
right,
this.
let's do this.
I'll stay with them forever to help them drive the train.
Oh
You
my
don't even know how to drive the train.
Figure it out. I'll have my
Dork,
spider
this guy-
plan.
Okay, let's just kill the stupid spiders and get on with our mission.
Okay, I agree with Fisher.
I can
Yes.
start collecting spiders from different. Never mind.
Oh,
So
jeez.
we know.
He's,
Bad Toby.
he's gonna take one egg, he's gonna put it in the audience's dimensional storage, and then he's gonna hatch, and you're gonna lose the ability to go into dimensional storage until you get back to the garden. That's what you hear inside of you, Fisher.
I mean, no, because if it hatched and it had no eggs, it wouldn't think we were threatening.
Yeah, we'd have to keep putting undead in the dimensional storage to feed it.
Now, if we could get the eggs on the train and they would follow us the entire way, we could get them to kill off the zombies for us.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay.
Yes,
But anyway,
all
let's
of
go
the
kill the
zombies.
spiders.
Let's kill the spiders.
Let's go kill the spiders.
Alright. So, the battle map, I believe, starts at... ...70 feet away from the eggs.
Okay. I think we're walking basically up to the eggs. And then
And I'll put a wall around us.
and set the eggs on fire.
Yeah. So it'll basically encompass the 3x3 square right in front of the eggs.
Alright.
And then
So as you arrive, I just
The
put you in
outside's
random
different.
position like this, but if you don't like it, just tell me that you want to be somewhere else.
Yeah, roll the stealth rolls. Did we do that?
oh
I-
yeah.
I
Audience?
think in
I
this
guess
way,
it doesn't really matter anymore.
I don't think stealth here matters. I'm gonna
Okay.
be real. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna know it's us.
And Jorg's gonna be up at least one more row, just so he's in the circle he's creating.
Jorg is going to be run row up. Whoops. Between Tobiyashi and Fisher?
Yeah. Yeah, and then the wall of fire will be the G10, 11, 9, 10, 11, and then down the sides. And then
Audience is going to
across
retie
the
himself
row.
to the tracks, by the way.
Okay. So the center, so your circle of fire is going to cover.
So it's gonna, the 9 squares we're on are gonna be safe, and then around that is gonna be the wall, pointing outwards, so we're not getting cooked.
Yeah. So we're basically standing pretty much in the fire, but like the inside doesn't burn us.
Mhm.
Okay. And the ring of fire is just in front of the eggs.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's within 5 feet of them, and or
Which means if we
within-
can keep shoving them
I
back.
think it
10
burns
feet.
up to 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
Can you move it after you cast it?
don't think so.
No.
No. But if we can keep shoving them backwards, they'll have to keep retaking the fire damage to get to us, since we're on the edge.
I could just keep it out of the ring.
Yeah.
All right.
Although I am going to note one critical thing.
Yes.
Just remember everybody that the wall of fire is considered heavily obscured.
Mm-hmm. It's opaque.
Meaning
We
that,
cannot-
like, for example, you wouldn't be able to target anything with spells since you can't see your target.
Fair.
Just
Okay.
not that it matters for a lot of you, but I'm just making a note of it.
Blind sense, baby. I'm kidding. I don't have a lot.
For some reason, I have tremor sense on my thing now. I don't know where that came from.
Well, I actually have blind sense.
All right. So
No, you
roughly, this
You have blind sight.
it looks. It roughly. Let's do this again. Roughly, it looks like this. With everyone inside, Jarg being in front to cast the spell, or do you want to be in the middle of it?
There's fine.
All right.
I would be in
Or
the-
maybe I'll
I'd
be.
be in the middle for concentration, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll be in the middle. of
It would actually have to be a little bit wider because it's unless I'm misremembering, it's a 10-foot radius, so 20-foot diameter.
It is.
It's up to.
So I can
You
make
can
it.
choose.
Oh, it uses the language up to.
Yeah, 1 foot thick or.
As long
a
as
ring
it's
wall up
touching
to
the
20
egg,
feet
so we're
diameter.
setting the eggs on fire.
All right.
Yeah.
We wanted to hit the eggs, right?
Do we want it to be one circle, like 5 feet closer, so it hits the
I think so.
other side? Yeah, can
Yeah.
we go up one more?
Yeah.
All right. So who is facing the egg? Who is facing the rest of the railroad? Jorg at the center. So in that.
I want to be on the corner edge, so any spiders that climb up through, I can like try and push or hit back.
All right.
So I guess I'd be one more over to the left.
All right, so like this, we have Jorg at H10. Audience, you want to be where?
I guess either G9.
Okay. Fisher?
I will. Yeah, I think I'll opposite corner audience and go I11.
Okay. Remy?
That's where you are. Yeah.
Remy?
I guess Raimi will be. We'll go with the H9.
Tobiyashi?
He took my spot. Okay, I'll be age 11.
I mean, honestly, like if Raimi gets attacked, at least he'll feel safe knowing that audience will attack whatever hits him.
That's what I wanted.
Listen, you guys can't all be
Fine,
next
it's
to the
fine.
audience, all right? I get it, but
I get it.
Well, Raimi has more reason to be next to audience than Toby does. In fact, Raimi would try to push you. So
I like started walking over there. You tripped me. I'm like, oh, fine then.
All right.
I'll go over here instead.
Which means
I wanted to be here anyway.
this is the formation, and the circle limits shows us the safe zone inside.
Yeah.
And everything else outside is gonna burn.
Can you move?
Bill,
not look at this
yeah.
actually, because the nest is. I think you said most of them are behind us. I want to switch to I want to switch to I9.
Well, now
So
because
just-
you've gotten closer, and because they kept on moving, because remember you were 100 feet away when Remy
Yeah.
did this, most of them will be in front of you right now.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'm fine where I am then.
In front of
Fine.
Fisher, I mean.
Okay, I'm still fine where I am.
So
Sorry.
basically, underneath, you'd probably these are underneath the bridge. It probably look like this under the bridge right now.
They're that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's what I said. I want to be at I want to be at I9.
I didn't know
wanna
they
be
were
on
that
this side.
big.
I want to be on the side that's not on the nest side, so I can guard that side.
All right. So
Are they a medium creature? Large creature?
large.
They look pretty big.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah, I can't
Jorg,
hit them back, guys.
I'll be like, all right, Jorg, start the fire.
She didn't start the fight. Sorry.
All right. So wall.
Always burning.
The nest is gonna light up like a tinder.
Well, I think he said some eggs, like the silk around some eggs are magical. So
Yeah, this just doesn't burn.
we're just sitting here in a ring of fire, like
I'm pretty
well,
sure
that's
wall
fine,
of
eh?
fire will
And
burn.
we won't even know until I dispel it because we can't see through it.
Yeah.
I could egg in there.
I can see through it. Actually,
Well, you can hear it pretty
Blind
well. Also.
sight.
I could probably
Just-
tell if the eggs
Just
are.
listen for the baby spider screams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
do you
listen.
guys know what Burning's silk smells like?
Yes, I do know what burning.
Toby,
silk
walk
is
through the fire and let us know what
Pretty good.
burning silk smells
So
like.
I already know what it's like.
you can make the-
Just Because watch the Christmas episode of Doctor Who where they first introduced
Oh.
Donna and he drowns all the spider things.
Yeah,
That noise.
that noise.
The really high pitch, like
Yeah.
20 feet high and 1 foot thick. Yes,
chittering and screaming.
Which doctor was that?
it's a Christmas
Tennant.
special.
Maybe I'll have to start calling my sword Spider-Bane because we've killed a lot of
Okay,
spiders.
I just refreshed myself on the spell, level 4, so don't have a whole lot of time you can actually do this. Concentration up to 1 minute. Alright, so
Mm-hmm.
you concentrate, you let the spell out, giving out your prayer to Mother Nature, invoking her, and let out the ring of fire. Don't copyright claim us, please.
Wait a second.
You let out the ring of fire around you. You see this moment of fall around you, and you are completely engulfed in this. Thankfully, you're not used to being this close to fire, and you have this moment of. But then you sort of remember, oh yeah, that's right. You can make the harmful side on the other facing out. So you do feel the warmth of it, but not the damaging
Audience
part.
starts running his hand through the fire.
See.
Don't go too far.
All right.
We could put marshmallows on sticks and then stick them through the wall.
I think they
And when
would.
we turn the spiders into the marshmallows on the sticks.
Good idea. I'll get my spear out.
Oh, come on. All right, so it takes a moment and you start hearing smelling first. The silk starting to burn in your back. And you start hearing the first...
Like popcorn.
Some of the smaller eggs nearly immediately start popping off. And then, of course, the moment this happened, you hear a very unpleasant shriek, and then suddenly, where you thought they were is no longer where they are. Where they are.
They were in the ring the whole time?
No, as you remember correctly, in the beginning of a round, when it starts, they choose which one is the one that's going to be the official one, and then they all reposition themselves. The spider simply reweaves the different possibility, the quantity of possibility that it wants, and they just appear near that. Now, they do have a range. They can't just, one appears 200 feet that way, and the other one reappears there, falling. No. It has a range that they all reappear from, but that's the thing. You don't know what that range is. All right. So... roll for initiative, please. Now, I am going to put this out here. We are 7 minutes away from the normal ending time. So, do you want to have the first round of this fight? Or do we roll initiative now and we get in the thick of things next session?
I don't want to do the first. I don't want to do the first round.
First round.
But yeah.
I'm good with the first round.
All right.
You said you do kind of want to do it?
Yeah, I want it. I think the
Okay,
first.
cool.
See how it.
Yeah, be down.
All right. Then roll your initiative.
20. Unnatural.
Tobiyashi has 20.
And 18.
7.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, audience 7. George, you said 18.
One better.
Yeah.
6.
6.
Wait, no.
So Fisher, you have what?
6.
6? You're okay. That wasn't a joke. All right.
Nope. Well, it was a joke. That doesn't mean it wasn't
true.
though.
Okay. Remy.
11.
All right. So I guess the spellcaster goes first. No, Tobiyashi goes first.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Spiders supposed to hit, or are they not with us yet?
Well, the moment that they started, the moment that the nest became in danger, they rushed toward you. Well, that's the odd thing. They sort of reappeared, as if pulled out of phase, and all 4 of them like this.
So is that where they are?
Yes, this is where they are as the fight starts, and damn, they rolled pretty low. All right.
Yeah.
Which means... first one is Tobiyashi, as you are there and waiting, because you can't see through it.
Yeah, so if I am just sitting there and nothing has come in yet, I am going to ready an attack action for when I see one enter.
All right.
There's not much I could do.
Then next one is Jorg. As
Jorg
you
is going to.
watch your fire.
Now he's gonna stick a totem behind him on G10, the bear totem.
Burr.
Uh,
All right, I believe.
but this time he can't fuck up order and summon creatures after he does the bear totem.
You can't summon creatures because you
Yeah.
have Wall of Fire that is concentration.
Yeah, so it's good I'm doing Wall of Fire because usually I just do the bear totem and then summon creatures.
How much temp do we have right now? 13 or is it 11?
I believe it is 13. Yes, it's 13.
Okay, I remember it was 13 or 11.
All right.
And yeah, I guess I'll ready an attack action with my spear if anything gets close enough.
Beer.
Because the totem is a bonus action.
Beer.
Okay. Which means the next one is Remy, as you watch the Wall of Fire. Hey, that first round is
Are we gonna
riveting.
have to do another?
We might have to do a second round.
You know what? No, I think I can make this work. Yeah, because then Raimi is going to actually, first make a stealth roll with his bonus action.
Okay.
Because basically, while this wall of fire is obscuring him, he has cover technically. Well, not cover.
Well,
you know what I mean.
You have cover from your enemies. You don't have cover from your friends. So your friends see, for the first time in their lives, your friend actually sees what you're doing to conceal yourself.
Dude,
That's
this
how
whole
we
time
do
I thought
it.
he could turn invisible.
Maybe he just covers himself with his own shit? That's kind of...
Ew.
So
Closely
I
guarded
rolled 28 for stealth.
28. Did you say 20 or 28?
28.
28. Okay.
And then Raimi actually tiptoes over to yeah, he's gonna tiptoe over to I-10.
Okay.
And then he is going to hold action
Okay.
a booming blade in the event that no, it would make more sense to no, that wouldn't matter. He's going to hold action like a booming blade with the good boy.
Okay.
For when one of them basically like for when one of them attacks within range, essentially.
Okay.
Because he knows these creatures can attack with reach, so he's kind of like looking for just like, oh, there's more leg in that one than somebody who is 10 feet away.
Luckily, reach is going to be hard for them in this fight with the ring of fire that we have right now.
So so we're considered medium-sized creatures, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I can hit them back.
Yeah, you can hit them back. You can technically hit them off the bridge. Now they may just switch at the start of their turn to a new version of themselves, but it would kill versions of themselves. Or knock them into the water.
Alright, so that's Remy. And now we have spiders. Alright, so spiders see fire. Spiders, no creature likes fire. So how is it?
Why are you doing this to my kids? Ah!
Well, you might know what they're saying if Jord casted Speak with Animals, but hey, he didn't.
Yeah, that's not what I want to use my concentration on right now.
But Jord, we could have negotiated.
My mask.
I did bring that up. Remember the spider nest train idea?
Yeah, we weren't gonna. Yeah.
You didn't.
I don't think
It had the coolest train, but whatever.
You didn't mention using Speak with Animals.
No.
I don't think you thought about it.
I didn't have it prepared.
Ah, man. Oh man, when you know you're fighting animals, you're a druid, man. You could have made this so much easier.
Hey, can you guys just get off the train tracks for us?
So, well, you're engaged in combat now, so no use crying over spilled milk or dead people. So, how they're going to tackle this? Fire. They don't like fire, but different versions of themselves. Alright. So, first one is going to rush in and find itself piercing the veil of fire, taking damage. A creature within the area must make a dexterity saving throw. Dexterity.
That's only when the spell is cast. If it goes through the flames, it just
takes damage. All right, so Jorg, roll your damage. One of them just pierced through the veil.
I attack.
He takes 30 fire damage.
Whoa!
Damn, son.
That's really why I didn't prepare Speak with Animals. I just wanted to cook things.
Burn
Also, I
stuff
kind of
up.
expected them to be some weird, not real spider thing, not an actual beast spider.
Burn, baby, burn.
If you want to
Please go
feel,
with
if you want to
sorry.
feel good, Jorg, about your decision, you took the right one.
Okay.
Because I did specifically say they were created, meaning they're monstrosity
Yeah.
and not beasts.
Oh, I was expecting them to not be beasts because it seemed like there's a lot of freaky things.
Just to reassure you, I've been pushing with the tease of you could have prevented the combat, but no, they're monstrosity.
No.
They're not beasts.
Why don't you speak with monstrosity?
Yeah.
Well,
There should be a monstrosity druid. That would be pretty cool.
all right. Now this aside, okay, so they do pierce through. They take the damage. You start seeing flame run up on them. So
I think they also might take some attacks from people.
Yeah, because I have an attack ready.
yeah, this one actually pierced through. So Remy is in range of this one. And audience, of course, if you have something held. No, that's right. You
It's
still
not
have.
an audience turn.
So, Remy?
Audience.
Remy, you have a chance to unleash that first attack.
That is going to be a 24 to hit.
I believe that's enough. I don't. I'm pretty sure
Does it
it's
do
enough.
damage
Yes, it
while
is enough.
standing it?
Eve.
This is because I lowered the monster sheet, so I wasn't sure. But yes, it's enough. It's enough.
Jorg, does it do damage while they're standing in it?
Yeah, if they start the turn in it, I think is how
Oh.
it works.
No, it's like a once on a turn if they enter it, or if they end their turn
In it.
like within the affected flame area. So it's
Okay.
still only once per turn, but
Yeah.
those are the two conditions for taking the damage. Where'd my d4s go? Oh, there they are. They got smushed together. Oh yeah, I also need the d8.
And the D27.
All right. over here. Not the D4 for disappeared again. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I should
All
have
right, so
done
then, yeah,
first
4,
Wait, oh.
8, 11, 15, 18. Yeah. So 23 piercing and 7 thunder.
Alright.
Damn, that thing really walked through that ring of fire. It took like over 50 damage. It's tough.
Oh no, yeah, you see the flame spreading across its body, across its leg. There's sort of a moment where it becomes slightly nightmarish as the flame is all around its legs and its body, so it feels like it's not feeling the pain, but you also recognize that right now it might just be his exoskeleton who's taking all the damage. So this is why it's not reacting, meaning it's not under 50% of its hit point. But it's sort of, you see, it's like looking at someone who has swords that are on fire right now, trying to hit all of you. All right.
My turn to attack?
No. There, come on. That's one of them. Come on.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
The other one walks on the side and pierces through here. I'm doing the movement first, and I'm going to do the attack second, because they spread out the attacks throughout all of them. They have a fixed number of attack, but any one of them can use these attack. So Jorg, damage again for that the other one that entered. Is it the same damage, or does he roll for each one?
It's roll for each instance because you're doing this to speed things up as far as like the creatures, but
Oh, that was only 20.
Only 20 fire.
Yep.
Okay.
Which means... Alright. And then... This one goes to the side here. And
Which means Toby and Fisher would get attacks on that one.
yes, Tobiyashi and Fisher. No, Fisher doesn't have a held attack. But Tobiyashi, you have a held attack. You can do it on the spider that just appeared next to you.
Yeah.
Try and knock it off the bridge.
that's actually 100% viable. You could totally do that.
17.
17 is
10 plus
not
1.
enough.
You can't do anything, Toby. Per usual. I'm kidding.
Wow! Then I can't do anything.
That's all right, Tobiyashi. You're used to seeing audience
Wait,
go.
so
Audience is a bit of a bipolar person, you know. Come on, we believe in you. You're useless, man.
you're useless. Can't believe in you.
I think this should be canon. Audience is a little bit bipolar when you think about it.
A little bit.
All right, so
You only remember the last fight we've done and how much you did in that fight.
all right.
You know, it's really actually very disappointing that that's the only buy that Randy's been able to see out of audience.
No, but you have one buy to work with. You know, you just have to figure a way to move it around his mind. All right, the third one.
Move it to the girls part of his brain so that it's boys.
Oh. Actually. Oh, all right. Sorry. I was trying to figure something out. All right. So, the next one is the third one, who's going to move around the edge and breach right behind audience. And the last one, well,
Take some damage.
yes, it takes some damage. Jorg, damage for the one that breached.
Oh.
They have like 130 damage hit points.
This one was 19 Oh well.
You're getting worse.
Yeah,
I know.
you're useless.
They're just going through the less fiery parts of the wall.
Audience had a high opinion of you at the beginning, and now it's going down.
It's
Oh yeah, how much damage have you done?
I haven't taken my turn yet. I'll let you know.
Okay, tell me if you do 69 damage.
I will not.
Yeah. Also,
I just heard 50 people in the chat saying nice.
Nice burn.
Yeah, I was calculating. I actually did the 30, 20, and 19 on purpose.
All right. So the one breach is there, and the last one you can't see because it's on the other side of the wall. Only 3 of them breaches, so they're going to.
Our hole's been breached. And... Okay, sorry.
A train, not a submarine.
What if they went up and lit our train on fire?
Alright.
So yeah, they're like, you set our nest on fire, we'll light your train on fire.
Alright, so well, Tobiashi tried to do something, so he's going to draw the ire of the one that's right next to him. So Tobiashi, 22.
Nope, doesn't hit. Shield. No, yeah, it hits. I should have activated my...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way,
Oh,
your creature, your ball, the creature inside your ball, was unimpressed by the gift of a shard of fading energy you gave it to him. He let you know that he is very disappointed with audience's gift, and he will expect one even greater the next time. I forgot to tell
Alright.
you.
I didn't
Make
even
sure
give
it's
him a shard. Did Toby just... Oh.
Yes.
No, you're his retainer. You're his retainer. You don't know that, though.
Okay.
He believes you're his vassal.
Yeah, that's...
11 points of piercing damage as one of the legs just splat. Oh! Well, one of them is near Remy or audience. Remy tried to do something, so he's going to do one that draws the ire of the beast. I doubt very much that 11 is enough to hit you.
But that means audience gets an opportunity attack.
Yes! Oh, I guess
It
that's going to
does.
settle the question of where the other 2 attacks are going to go. No, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's right. Good lord.
Alright. Audience misses. Move on.
Alright.
Nobody's seen that.
Audience, we're disappointed in
Jorg is unimpressed.
you.
I look at audience, I'm like, even I rolled higher than that. I mean, almost hit better than that.
Alright.
Audience rolled very low.
Alright, so the third one is going to reach out for audience with a 17.
Nope.
You just glances off your armored upper body. Yeah.
Do I look like an undead to you?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
You know,
you
when
look
you
like
really
someone
think
who's
about
about to
it,
be dead.
like just how epic it looks from this perspective, or like audience is like, you know, like fighting amongst the flames.
Alright, so that's 3
Sweat question mark glistening down his scales.
Alright, so they've
I haven't
tried
made a
this
strength roll yet, so my shirt hasn't wrapped.
one. Fisher, you take 1 attack, which I'm not even gonna mention. Audience, total of 20, I believe, is not enough to hit you.
No.
Closer, but still not it. Alright, then the one in the back is going to try and reach for Jorg with a 21.
21 does hit.
21 does hit. All right.
That's shield.
Would you like to use your reaction?
Oh,
for anything?
shield. Yes, I will do shield.
Okay. All right.
The fire comes from the wall and just protects
So
him
that's
from the hit.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they feel annoyed by this. They're going to attack Tobiyashi again with an 18.
That's my armor class, so yes.
Then it hits.
No.
Toby, stop taking damage. The rest of us are avoiding
8
it.
points.
Mhm.
8 points of
I-
piercing damage.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna use my monk shield.
Isn't that what your hands are for?
Yeah, that's the problem. He shielded with his hand, and so now he got crucified.
I forgot about
Ah.
defense. I should have had mirror image on. I'm a failure.
Wow.
Come on, they're making copies of themselves. What are you doing?
I'm not used to having spells.
All right, so that goes, and the last one. Well, they did notice that someone has used magic, so the last one is going to go on Jorg again.
No. Shield's still up.
Which is a total of 20, so not enough. Again, the shield goes.
Ding.
So a grand total
Yeah,
of
that's right,
8
Spider.
tries have been done to hit all of you.
They ended their turn inside the fire, so they take more, right?
No,
No,
on their turn.
they take one instance. Yeah.
I thought it was the end of their turn.
No, it's
Alright.
when
They
they
can't
walk
take
in.
you in.
It's one,
they can't take
it's
two
one or the
instances
other
in
on a
turn.
turn.
They
Yeah.
can't
Okay.
double. They can't take double fire. Yeah.
I see.
All right.
If you
So
if you want them to make if you want them to like take a damage again, like you'd have to like bring them out and then bring them back in on a
Okay.
turn.
all right. So
If we have a way to do like a push pull, then we can do it.
I forgot my force gloves at home. Sorry.
all right. So with this round of combat, you do start getting a sense of something. Although they weren't very lucky with their roll, especially you, audience, since you've had the closest encounter with them and had to repel more than one, you have a sense that it's not exactly 50% chance of hitting. It's probably like 45% chance of hitting all of you. So it's, yeah, take it as you will. Because you took several attacks, I'm giving you personally this information.
Okay.
And that ends their turn. Which means we go to audience.
Hey,
Woo.
hey boy.
I believe in you.
All right, audience is gonna. He's more worried about the one that attacked Jorg actually than the one that attacked the one in the back. He doesn't like that one, so he's gonna hit that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Show that
Just, I wonder if I
spider
want
who's fast.
I want to cast like Divine Favor first. It's a bonus action. I shouldn't have this. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Divine Favor as a bonus action, and then smack it.
Woo.
I roll well. 22.
22 is enough.
Okay. No. I'm not gonna Divine Smite. Because he said to spread out damage, this might be a longer fight. Spells, that's 11 plus a d4. I don't know if it takes more from Radiant yet. So it takes 13 damage, 2 Radiant.
Okay, on this one here. All right, and that was with a divine smite.
No,
No,
that
okay.
was just a.
Okay, that was just
Divine favor.
okay.
Just
But I did 2 points of Radiant, so I don't know. I'm trying to see if it has radiant stuff. But
Doesn't seem to be reacting worse
okay,
to it.
fair enough. I will hit it again. I will not hit it again. I will pass my turn. That's 2 2s.
Audience, I'm disappointed in you.
I did only do 13 damage out of 3 attacks. That's not great.
You don't know why, but you hear Ranam's voice saying, "So disappointing."
All right, and that's my turn.
Jorg, you have ground to boast. You did more damage than audience.
Wow.
You should do
The
infinitely more
one
damage.
only
You
time.
should do infinitely more damage than me this fight. I'm just letting you know, Jorg, with the fuck. You should
Yeah.
definitely do the most.
All right.
Yeah. This is my one chance.
Then
He's not throwing away his shot.
Fisher.
Okay, so I am going to first cast Chromatic Strike. There's a big wall of fire in front of me.
Yeah, and Jorg is maintaining this with concentration, so it's a self-regenerating fire, so it's not going to diminish it if you take fire inside of it.
Yeah, so I will cast Chromatic Strike and pull some fire out of the wall onto my
That's
sword.
mine.
You've got plenty. Learn to share. And then I will take 2 attacks at the one right next to me and Toby.
All right.
I want.
Bum,
No, wait.
bum, 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 bum.
14 to hit,
That's not enough.
and in that 20.
That's enough.
Ooh.
Big damage.
Mhm.
Actually, he wasn't using Great Weapon Master, so I'm being
Aw.
medium big, still big damage.
still big damage.
Alright, 15 slashing damage, and 8 fire damage.
All right. All right.
And what?
And I do believe that he catches on fire.
Yes. So that'll be the start of its turn.
Yeah.
Again.
And you know, I think I might as well do it now.
Do it.
I think I'm gonna action surge.
Think about everything Remy said about the creature. 3 of them you've seen. Remy said there were 4 of them. 3 of them pierced the veil of fire.
I did say spread your
can't
damage.
say anything else.
Is it from what we so? Is it that it's only one of them?
The creature can decide which one of its manifestation actually becomes reality.
So is it?
So if one of
Is
them
it that we
takes
have
no
to-
damage, then he can choose to become the one who took no damage.
Yeah, that's
And
why.
then-
The others are
make
still hurt, right?
New ones.
Then he makes new one off of that version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I'm not using Divine Smites until we whittle the number down.
Okay.
So we
Well,
have
no,
to.
but so each time each turn, it's the other ones essentially like refresh because they become new ones.
They become the one he
Yeah.
chooses to become.
They become the one that took.
So-
So we
the-
have to deal damage.
So
to
any
the one
damage that's not to the real one doesn't.
They're all
Yeah.
real.
So
That's the
technically,
thing.
we'll have done no damage this round because there was a fourth one that took no damage.
So we have to find that one.
The creature is
And it's
known
not
to
going to run
take.
into the wall of fire.
The creature is known
okay.
to take strategies from
not
creature it has defeated
action
before.
surge.
Oh, we're frozen again.
Hello.
And then just fall.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Because you all
Well, we
kept
just-
you all kept talking. I could still hear you, but then everything just froze.
Oh, weird.
All right. I think Skype is telling us that we should probably not do the entire fight, and just like audience said, 1 or 2 rounds. So the last thing I think you heard me saying was that it can choose which version of the 4 is the real one every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And then the versions that aren't the real one, it makes new ones.
It makes new ones.
Becomes
So
the one that you
other
chose
damage.
because it's not an illusion. You've just witnessed it attack all of you. So each one is real. They can all attack you. It has a fixed number of attack, but I can spread out who attacks amongst all of them. So it has a base of 4 attack because of the 4 limbs, and a number of additional attack based on the number of illusion that are present. Not illusion, other version of itself. But all of these attacks, any of them can make them. So this is why the one behind audience attacked Jorg twice, the one in front of audience attacked audience and Remy, the one beside Tobiashi attacked Tobiashi and Fisher. All of these attacks are real. But since it's alternate version of themselves, I can spread them out in whichever order I want. And at the beginning of its turn, it chooses which one of the 4 becomes canon, essentially. So if
Yeah.
one,
But
But
does
did we
it-
technically do no damage this round since it could turn them
If
all?
it chooses the one that did, if it chooses the one that took no damage, which it probably would, yes. We have to basically do damage to all 4 of them every round to do damage.
slowly whittle it down. And since it can take strategies from another creature, it is at least a little bit intelligent. So now, 3 versions saw what was inside of the firewall and where you are inside of the firewall. This knowledge, it brings back with it.
Oh. So
So
we
we
can get the
figure-
knowledge even though it's not taking one of their.
Yeah, we have to get to the 4th one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm gonna drop the fire.
Well, you don't have to know. You can leave up the fire. The fire's still good for burning the eggs. We just have to. We just can't all sit inside of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. I mean, that was my turn. I decided not to act.
So I just wanted to make sure that you don't waste resource.
Thank you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you
I
if
was
you,
under.
if you would like for me to propose something, and you can decide whether or not to do it.
okay.
What you could do, especially since you haven't used your movement at all this turn, you could potentially figure out where the 4th one is by leaving the wall of fire on one side or the other, and if they happen to be there, and you would be taking damage by going through the wall of fire, but you at least have a means to reduce that damage. And if you happen to be on the right side, then you could action surge and attack that one.
Yeah.
You know, Fisher, Terranad tells you if only you had a way to just jump through that fire without taking damage.
I Dude, but fire sword.
Well, can't you walk through
But I
the
wanted a
without
fire
taking-
sword.
Can't you walk through the fire without taking damage anyway? Because it only hurts from the
No.
outside.
No, because you'd be out on the outside if you walked through
Yeah, I
it.
would
'Cause
be walking into
the
the
wall
area of
damages the square in front of it, and but Jorg decided that the square inside would not do damage. This is how it works. But the moment
We
he
were saying
goes
it's
through
just-
it, he's going to take damage.
Okay, I guess you are gonna have to drop the wall then, George.
Well, again, like I said, Fisher has the ability to reduce the damage taken by Wall of Fire,
I do.
Well, yes.
and
I
you would
think
only have to
it'd be
and you
good
would only have to
for all
take
of us
one
to have
instance
to
of
leave it.
damage.
I don't think we can all just sit inside and let Fisher be the only one outside of it.
Well, as long as debatable.
But yeah, that's the idea
I
though.
could
It's just like because
probably
then
do
everybody would be able to engage with a spider no matter what, and it would actually have to choose somebody.
Well, that's true.
You know what?
I'm just throwing it out there. He doesn't have to do it, but if everybody's concerned about this thing being able to
That is
essentially
not-
still be at full health, I'm just throwing it out there.
All right, now I need a decision. Fisher, what do you do?
I'm jumping through the wall of fire.
You, jeez,
But a
that's kind of
deck-
smart.
I don't get a save, right? Because I'm just fucking.
No, you
Yeah.
jump
You
through
just
it,
take the
but
damage.
you can use spells to dull the damage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I will cast Absorb Elements.
So that uses your
So
reaction.
you don't.
Yeah.
It would only be 22 damage.
So it's only 11 damage.
Yeah.
I still have 10 hit points
Hell yeah, that's what I gave them to you guys for.
to jump through the wall.
To jump to the fire.
In case I burn you guys.
All right, so now you have eyes outside of the wall.
Also, I get an extra d6 fire damage on my next melee. I don't think I've ever actually used that part of Absorb Elements before.
Well, you can
Yeah,
actually
so I guess I'll move out to like K11.
That's exactly
Let me
where I
see.
put you.
See if you see the poor spider.
Yeah.
And this is what you're greeted with. Yes, you see it. It is walking on the side of the bridge, trying to get to the eggs.
Now you
How far down?
Jump on it.
Not far. He's.
Like, can I swing from standing on the bridge?
I would give you that possibility. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Then I think I'm gonna. Can I hit it from where I am, or do I have to move to L11?
I would ask you to move to L.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move one,
Also,
more
then you'd
step.
be outside of the influence of the wall. of
and
fire.
then I will action surge and swing at it. I'll shout back, "I found it!"
Okay.
I assume killing one of the duplicate spiders doesn't matter
So which
because
one
it'll
to-
just make 3
No,
more.
killing one of the. That's why it's all about spreading damage. We just have to spread our
It
damage.
was a good idea. That's a 1 and a 5.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
So it's gonna be 2 misses.
It was unfortunately just out of reach. You know, you try to swing and you just scrape one of the legs. And, god damn it!
Bummer.
All right.
It's a bummer.
I'll also shout. It looks like it's trying to make it to the eggs. Coming up on Toby's side.
I might be able to see it if it's crawling down that way.
Not through the firewall.
What if I look through that hole right there? Is it just blocking off? Like, did it turn square, the circle?
what?
So you see where the spider is, there's a gap, right? Where the circle radius is.
Because the fire needs
like
to
water?
take place on a solid surface, you sort of have to adapt that image
Okay.
so that
Yeah, I
it's,
think it's mapped to the.
it's more like an oval than an actual ring.
All right. Looks like I'm jumping out of the fire. No, that's too much damage for me to take. I'm not doing that.
All right, so that was that, which means we go back to the top of the initiative with Tobiyashi.
Let's go! It needs to take damage, huh, before it starts its turn again. Are we ending right here?
Yeah, we could. I mean, it's 11:07. This is gonna be a long fight.
All
Yeah.
right. So
That was one round, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good.
Well,
Yeah.
it was a bit of it was stretched out a little bit because we took time to readjust everyone's information about the situation.
Yeah.
Depending on this thing's HP, this next fight could literally take us all of next session. So
I hope
depending
not.
on how we roll. Well, yeah, it depends on how we roll and how we
If
split.
we could get them in a straight line, guys, we could do 2 lightning bolts to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
True.
I just want to point out that you've shown that you're able to consistently do well over 200 damage every single round. So, unless you're very unlucky, I hope it's not gonna take the entire session.
You don't know us.
I think we should be okay.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be okay. Unless Fisher rolls 1s and 5s.
Yeah. I mean, I did roll.
Unless the audience doesn't
You
know.
I
did
mean, I
roll
rolled
a
a
net
20,
one.
so it kind of evened out, but I also rolled a 1. I think I rolled a 1, a 5, and a 4.
Yeah, I
And then
rolled
a
2.
20.
I rolled 2 twos. So I feel
I didn't hit anything either, so, you know.
it's okay because the creature just won't take damage this first round. But now we know what
that's
its turn
normal
is.
for Toby.
Yeah, shut the...
I-
Alright, I gotta go, guys. I'm leaving the session forever.
No, come on, not 2 players at one. Don't do this to
Toby
me.
can't do this anymore.
So we've been referring to this several times during the stream. Jorg is unfortunately playing its last, I think, 3 or 4 episode. So enjoy his presence because it's roughly the last month he's going to be with us because of school stuff, essentially. We'll try to put you in some sort of parenthesis so you could come back at a later date if you don't take too long. But, you know, it also has to make sense to put you back. So even though you might be ready, we might not be ready to.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Door's being put in stasis by the wizard.
Yeah.
well, no, you know, you're all leaving this place with an orb call. Whatever happens, no matter the color on the orbs, you're leaving this place with an orb call. So, I don't know. If you leave
Yeah.
with a green orb, we can just say that something bad happened to Jorg, and you'll need to find him somewhere else. If you leave with a red,
Well, looks like I'm not leaving, guys, because I don't have my orb.
well, to address that, maybe you could do this on the next episode. But I was gonna say, if you want to address that, technically speaking, remember that Terry doesn't have an orb, and he is always transported with Fisher.
Yeah.
So
Part of our party list.
you're part
That
of our
was
party.
Something we
The
figured
only-
out when you handed your orb over.
The
Otherwise,
only
you
elements you
wouldn't
do
have
not know is without an orb, are you automatically going to be transported, or someone has to be touching you? That's the only detail you do not know.
Don't worry, Toby. I'll hold you close.
All right.
Remy
So,
immediately gives Toby his orb.
Okay. Sorry, my headset died, so I'm listening to the stream.
oh, okay. That's why you weren't reacting. Okay. All right.
Alright.
So, with this, we're going to end tonight's episode here. We already started hearing the sound of the crackling fire and the crickets in the background, meaning that this episode really is coming to an end. So, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying the episode. Thank you to Val and V and Tobiyashi for renewing their subscription. Well, Val and V, it's just because she likes us, but Tobiyashi, it's because he's scared of dying. So, So, all right. Thank you for the subscription. I really do appreciate it, especially since I had an accident on my car during the weekend, and it's gonna cost an arm and a leg to repair. So come on, make a few donations. It would help me so much. No, please don't. I know no one's made no one made any donation so far, but please don't make a donation just out of pity. And don't make a donation if you can't afford it. But if you can, I will be very grateful, and it will go toward paying the repairs on my car.
If you can't afford it, I'm starting a loan program.
So Jorg is actually going to become our banker. This is why he stops playing with us. So, as I was saying, if you enjoyed the show, well, we hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you'll be there next week, Wednesday or Friday, if you're watching the rebroadcast. And think about supporting us if you can. You can follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. You can, of course, support us, like just keep saying for the past few minutes, by making donation, becoming Patreon, or subscribing on Twitch. But if you can't do any of those, well, simply spreading the word about this channel helps tremendously. And as always, if we have 3 raiders or more on Friday, we're raiding a D&D channel, or Tobiyashi if he's playing D&D, and Tobiyashi if we don't have at least 3 raiders. So, thank you for being here, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.